The military is it's luck of the draw for sure.
100%,
I
bro.
got I got sent to like the shittiest the armpit of the army. The base. The base is known for cover-ups, a lot of that shit, you know. No, like investigations. Like we just had a girl hang herself in the barracks, but you can't find that shit anywhere. A lot of shit that's hidden. People keep their rank, shit like that. Force retired, quietly retired. It's fucked. Rank. One thing I learned here is rank protects rank. You know, yes and no. It depends one how public it gets, how bad it actually was, like shit like that. They take into consideration. I'd say there's definitely a lot of shady shit that mainly only higher ups get away with. But yeah, so like they tried to get me for underage drinking, but I had already self-reported as an alcoholic to behavioral health, and under our regulation, they can't get me in trouble because I self-reported that I have a problem. Now I'm 125 days clean. Yeah, and I don't plan on like going and drinking again. Um, when my wife left, they tried to get me with adultery. They couldn't get me. Why? One, I didn't cheat. Two, there's no evidence, right? And adultery has to be physical. It can't be emotional. Like, and there, even then, you need photo evidence or video proof of actual cheating for them to actually hit you with that. But if you get hit with that, that's dishonorable discharge. Yes, they will. Because a buddy of mine that I went through basic with, I just heard this story because I got friends in this unit we're about to train. I went and visited them where they're staying right now, and they're like, "Hey, you remember Huff?" I'm like, "Yeah, oh, fucking cool ass dude. What happened?" They're like, "Oh, he's getting kicked out." I'm like, "Why?" And they're saying that apparently him and his wife got in an argument, and he decided to bring a girl over to his house. His wife walked in, called military police. Military police came, found the girl, all this. Um, since there's military police evidence, that's adultery right there. He's cooked. Yeah, like it's only getting easier to get kicked out of the army, but that depends. Right. Mine, at my level, no. Do I think they're in the higher political side? Yes, 100%. No doubt about it. Like 100% Israel. 100%. Yeah, because in my opinion, like, why am I one? Israel has always been prepping since their existence for this war that's going on. They've always been prepping for a war. Why are we giving them money to fight their war? You know, and that's their problem. That's not my problem. That's not. We have Americans who are struggling, who we need to help first. You know, and but if I'm ordered to go over there and fight, I'm gonna follow orders. My opinion, good soldiers follow orders. But it's also, yeah, there's 100% influence. And then even I called Ukraine a guinea pig, right? We're giving them our old equipment. Why? Because we want to see how it does against the Russians in a live fire thing. And it's kicking their ass. Hell yeah, it is. But that's why we're not there because we want Ukraine to be free, or we don't want Russia to take Ukraine. We're there to give them our shit to see how good it does. Yeah, but it's not Americans using it. They're just training the Ukrainians how to use it and go on. Like I'm a tanker, right? I'm a tank loader. And when I see the videos of the Ukrainians operating the Abrams, like, okay, ammunition exploded. No, you're supposed to stay inside the tank, close your hatch, allow the blowout panels to have the ammunition, the explosion go out, and you stay in. Because we got blast doors so that way the crew doesn't explode if ammunition gets hit. Ukrainians up and ran, left the tank. Okay, if you're gonna fucking run from the tank, you got to take a thermal grenade, throw it inside, destroy the equipment. That's protocol. Not even. So they don't reverse engineer it, put that our shit into their tanks. Yeah. Oh, so this is how they made this? Okay, put it into the T90 and shit like that. Yeah, there's like a bunch of shit politically, and it's like I don't know. Like, yes, I like conspiracy theories, but I'm also like smart enough to know some of this shit we'll never know, no matter how much we research. So, right, JFK. First off, people are now saying it's Israel. Now they're saying it's his driver. It was never Lee Harvey Oswald. You know, a lot of shit like that. We won't ever know why, because that's just going to stay covered up. Charlie Kirk, right? His assassination. First, it was this Tyler Robinson kid. Now his transgender boyfriend just suddenly disappears. No trace, no trace of social media. You know, FBI, hello. Um, and then yes, I don't think he was a puppet. They wanted him to be a puppet. If I remember the text right, I think it was like $150 million they offered him to speak pro-Israel. He said no because like I'm going to speak facts. I'm not going to speak lies. Be like the rest. And that's why people think he killed him. And then he was on the Ben Shapiro show, like criticizing, like, oh, like literally Israel is just ethnically cleansing Gaza, and like that's what it is. 2 days later, he's dead. Um, yeah, I don't even know what to call it honestly. I want to say communistic because obviously they're a capitalist type like us, but maybe socialistic. You know, I don't really throw fascist all that around because one, I think that like a lot of those words get thrown out too much, or Nazis like that. I think that's yeah, it's very overused, things like that, and it has no true meaning because there's obviously big difference between the Third Reich, Israel, America, like different things, right? But since there's so much information out there, there's also so much misinformation. And I was actually talking to a guy earlier, like how the news, you can't believe the news anymore. Yes, they might be saying some stuff, but then this sort CNN saying this one thing, Fox is saying this thing, and NBC is saying this thing, like all different shit. Like so, if you're gonna try to watch news, you have to go through everything to find out the actual cause, and even then, it might be wrong. Yes. Like a middle ground, basically. Because yeah, fucking yeah, because like there's so much stuff that you don't know about, and obviously stays classified. Um, I think it's very hard, you know, because I know people are investigating like back to Charlie Kirk, like how the whole like oh this guy pulled his sleeve the same second the bullet went off. Oh, it was the microphone that blew up. How come they were already ready and didn't have an ambulance come? They just threw him in the back and he was already dead. And then like now that people are saying Erica Kirk was on it, she was part of Mossad. Apparently, there's a whistleblower from Turning Point USA saying how she's made jokes that she's a Mossad agent, and but they feel like it's eerily like true. hmm Um, I don't know about that. Yeah, no, I believe you. I just never seen anything on that. What I did see on too is like with Turning Point. Apparently, after right after Charlie Kirk's death, a bunch of like Israeli people started working for Turning Point, and like the people that been there, like it just changed. It feels like the walls are listening, and you know, I can believe it. You know, like it's all political game. Like personally, like I like Trump, but I'm starting to question like what's actually going on. Like, are you know, even with Joe Biden, like who was running the country? Because clearly he was not. There's no way. Like, maybe like a secret elitist group. So I joined March of 2024. I have until September 2nd, 2027, till my contract's done. But like I said, I'm probably gonna re-enlist and all that. But that's when I started serving. Joined at 19 years old. So I'm 20 now. About to be 21 next month. Um, I wanted to go to Ukraine like when it first started, but obviously I was too young, and then I almost joined the Marines, but I just became a dental assistant instead, and then ended up joining the army. And then I've always, I say yeah, definitely it feels a lot better, you know, than before. Obviously, gas prices are going down, all that. Tariffs is, I think his whole tariff thing is definitely a gamble. It's a very big gamble because yes, it could work to better the economy in the long term, but it's also very risky because it can hurt it even more with trade and everything. So I think it's a very big gamble. Like, could it work? Yes, but it's very, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Yeah, it's 4.50 for gas right now, a gallon in California. So I'm like, oh, yeah. And we're not the only country dealing with it. Talk to people in Ireland, their shit's going up. Everywhere's going up. But it's also political turmoil. It's kind of like eerily to World War I. Everyone's at each other's necks politically. It's just waiting for that one thing to happen where shit spills. Kind of like World War I. Well, the fucking King Ferdinand was assassinated. Everyone fucking went to war with each other. You know, and it's yeah, they just want the excuse. But now, what would the excuse be? Will it be a false? What's really gonna happen? Um, you know about L.A. What happened in L.A. with the oil refinery exploding? So, and this oil place exploded in LA, like boom. Apparently, because I don't know too much about like the whole oils, all that, but apparently it basically it was said it was caused by a fire, but experts are saying like, oh, the explosion was too big, and for a fire because there's plenty of fire protocols. There's no way a fire could have caused that because they prep for fires, and they think it was like a inside job that caused an explosion. Who knows? I don't. But that's what they're saying. But like it kind of went quiet, you know. Oh, this didn't work. What's the next thing we can do? So Venezuela, I feel like that's going to turn into an actual war. People are saying, yeah, it's probably for oil. I wouldn't doubt it. Obviously, like the drug cartels are the main thing, and President Maduro is a criminal. But even his own people don't like him. So I don't think like, oh, we got 10 million reservists ready. Yeah, then probably 9 million fucking hate you. Just surrender. Who knows? So I'd say it's like kind of iffy, right? I believe, okay, you can hate them. This is America. You're free. Think what you want. And, believe what you want. That's 100% fine. It's America. We're not fucking dictatorship. But then back to that, we're not dictatorship. You're able to go out and protest and say no kings, no kings. You have no king. Why? Because they're not stopping you. The only reason there's cops there is to keep the peace, and you're making shit worse. You're destroying the place you live in. That's like me getting mad at a football game because the Cowboys lost because they're fucking dog shit, and me tearing up my house. You know, at least that's the way I see it. So protests, I believe in the right to protest, but it's also I think a lot of these protests, especially after 2020, have gone just like they're not protests no more. Because I had friends the BLM protests like, yeah, we just went there to fucking loot. We got fucking new shoes. Why are you doing that, dude? That's more. Yeah. And I was a police explorer at that time. Um, with back home, they had a little. It's like Boy Scouts, but it's think ROTC but police. So because I like that room clearing, traffic stops, forensics reports, shit like that. Because I wanted to be a cop. Still might be a cop, but I just have to see. Um, but yeah, our training officer, he was in the riots back home because there was a riot home at home. Um, he said that like people were throwing piss bottles, all this, and like driving around with their ATVs, all this, just going crazy. Like it wasn't even a protest; it was just people going crazy. You know, the actual idea. Because in my opinion, I don't like Black Lives Matter. In my opinion, all lives matter. You know, it's a single group that should be. Oh, Black Lives Matter. Like, yes, they matter, but all lives. What about Mexican lives? You know, what about his fucking European lives? What about national Islanders' lives? Like everyone's lives matter. We're all fucking human. Doesn't matter the skin we have, the hair we wear. Like it doesn't matter. We're human. And I think people are forgetting that. You know, and it sucks. And I think social media definitely has an influence on it. Like not even thinking about like plants or anything like that. It's just like social media and schools too, because I grew up in a very liberal school. Now I'm more right leaning, but just like that's just through my own opinions and research and shit like that. But when I was a kid, like obviously I just like, oh, Trump's bad. Why he wants to deport illegal immigrants and he just wants to deport Mexicans. And like that's how I thought. I didn't even think about like illegal immigrants. I just thought Mexicans. He hates Mexicans because that's what the teachers told us. So schools definitely indoctrinate the kids for 100%. Um, I was in school definitely during the time before like the whole thing with like drag queen shows inside, things like that. But then like now as a father, I don't want my daughter going to school and being taught what gay is and lesbian is and gay sex and shit like that. Not because I don't like the gays, but because that's a child, right? It's like if it's 18 and older, sure, do what you want. You're an adult, but don't be teaching my daughter this shit. You know, and I think that was a very big argument between me and my ex-wife because she's like, because we didn't know what we were gonna have, and I wanted a son, but of course I love my daughter. I'm happy I have a daughter. You know what I mean? Just because it's a girl doesn't matter to me. It's my kid. But I'm like, you're not gonna take my son. My son, I don't want my son learning about any of this because he's gonna learn to be a man, how to provide, how to take care of himself, and then take care of his own future family. And she's like, no, I'll take him to a drag queen show. I don't care. Like, yeah. And that was a very big argument between us. I'm like, no, you're not. Because in my opinion, teaching about that stuff in school, especially at the primary and elementary level, my opinion, that's just straight up pedophilia, right? We didn't have sex ed until eighth grade, and that was just learning the autonomy, right? We didn't learn like between what was gay and what was lesbian. We just learned this is a penis, this is what's inside a penis, this is a vagina, this is what's inside a vagina. Easy, you know? So I think there has to be an age level they have to start teaching these kids at, and they're teaching them, in my opinion, way too early. And then like internet's accessible. Every kid has an iPad. You know, my kid will probably have an iPad, but what they can see on it, especially for parents that don't care about filters, because like I don't see myself being like a very strict parent. Like yes, I'm gonna parent, but like definitely do it in my own way. Because I grew up in a foster home, but I wasn't a foster kid, if that makes sense. My mom was adopted by who I consider my grandma. That's where I got my last name from. I took her last name. Um, so I grew up in her home. Her home was for mentally challenged girls, and so she was very liberal. But I basically until she passed away when I was 10, I basically learned world is cakes and rainbows. Everyone loves each other. Everyone's friends. That's what I learned. But when big slap to the face of reality and what it actually is. And so I would say I definitely have best of both worlds, but I wish I learned younger that the world isn't nice, the world isn't good. Like there's good people, but not everyone is good. Hmm. Mhm. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and especially with a lot of the books you see they're putting in libraries at an elementary school. Like it's like quite literally like I didn't even know what smut was until like my wife told me. It was basically porn in a book. Yes. And I didn't even know what it was because my wife has a lot of those books. I thought they were just fucking romance books. I didn't even know that it was like it got like very in depth about like sex. And I was just like, and I bought you these books because I don't read. I just read army regulation and technical manuals. I don't know. I don't actually like sit down like, this looks like a good book to read. No, because I just don't read books. Um, so I saw a lot of that, like school board meetings where fathers and mothers are like, "This isn't your school," and they like read an excerpt, and it's like very explicit, and I'm just like, "That's in a third grade class? Like that's insane." And the fact that they would allow it too is even more insane. Like if it was at a college, okay, maybe high school, because basically at that point you're just about an adult. But still, like especially for my young daughter, is like it's very scary to think about. 'Cause Yeah, but it's also like how do I because obviously like I have no parenting skills, kinda. It's like how do I approach that? How do I deal with this? How am I gonna tell her this? Depending on what age she starts questioning stuff. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because I would say back to like my grandmother, she was very lenient, right? And I do remember. I think about it now, like damn, I was a little shit. Like I couldn't get this toy, I started bawling, you know. And then it's like because and then she'd cave in because I knew she was gonna cave in. But then with my mother, it was like very authoritarian. 1 hour a day to hang out with a friend, and I need to be home within that hour. So it's 5 o'clock. You need to be back here at 6. Well, I still got to walk to my friend's house. Still want to play with him, and then I got to figure out how to walk back. I can't be 1 minute late, or else I'm grounded for a week. And I still love my mom. I think it definitely like built character, you could say. But I think that's definitely a way. I don't want to be either of those, right? I want to still be me. I know I'm gonna be cussing around my daughter like hell, because it's like it's just me. I even in professional setting, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's like 5 years old. I'm probably gonna get a call. She's cussing at school. I'm like, oh no, no, no. Back home, just buy her ice cream. uh, like literally, it's yeah. And it's just like. Because even a professional setting, I'm like, okay, here's the fucking point. We gotta move here, this and that. Like it like rolls off the tongue. It's like it's not that I'm trying to cuss. It's just like it's just how it is. Oops. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like, and especially going like to a sergeant, right? Because I want to meet next November to December. I should have my sergeant rank, and then I have to think, okay, basically I'm a adult babysitter. Teaching these young guys how to be soldiers, right? Or old guys, just guys in general, because ages vary for rank. How do I want to do it? I was actually talking to my first sergeant about this. Me personally, there's plenty of sergeants that will just put shit on paper, put shit on paper. Article 15, demotion, kicked out, all this. I don't want to be that guy, because you're a private. Like I'm a private right now, but it's like I already been demoted and it sucked because they give me room to breathe. Like little shit, just trying to get me in fucking trouble. And that's what I mean about bad command. And that really doesn't care about you because it looks good on paper for them, gets them higher ranks, but then you're just getting fucked. So even as an NCO, they yell, but I'd rather not yell at my soldiers. Okay, you fucked up. This is how you do it. Because even with these, I'm trying to like do that role with these new privates that don't know really what they're doing. So I explain to them like, okay, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this, right? Some people don't give them the time of day. And they're like, oh, you fucking dumbass, this is how you do it, or I'll do it for you. Duh, 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 duh. But I feel it's more powerful if I never yell. And then when they really mess up and then I yell, that's more powerful because they know something is wrong. You know, dad never yells or sergeant never yells. Now he's yelling. I really fucked up this time. Um, yeah, 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 100%. Um, yeah, because like soldiers are very much like children. Yeah, even me, it's like I'm 20 years old. I still act like a child sometimes. But I also have like a thing where it's like, okay, there's a time and place to act like a child, and then like there's a time and place where it's not like acceptable. Like certain times at work, if we're not doing nothing, fuck it, just fuck around. I'll hit a little dance. Yeah, ABC's like like literally most random shit, video games, things like that, just shooting the shit. And then there's times where it's like we're on time crunch. Come on, we got to get this done, dude. Like, sure, like yeah, but we got to get this shit done. I want to go home. uh, but then there's like also with my daughter, like especially like because it's not going to be as easy for me being a single dad and trying to get full custody, and more than likely will, or at least minimum split. There is no way I'll get less, like without a doubt. But when she's old enough, I still think about it now as like, okay, how am I gonna explain? Because she will question one day, Daddy, why aren't you and mommy together? Or mommy said this is why you guys aren't together. And then depending on her age is how much of the lore she's really gonna get. Well, mommy and daddy loved each other at one point, but that love fell out, but we love you, you know, and that's why we share you because we both love you, this and that. But when she gets older, it's like, okay, so this happened between me and your mother. She was lying to me. She ended up leaving because she claimed she didn't love me, and then tried to get with this guy, and then got with this girl because apparently she's sleeping with a girl. Like it's more the what her age was, how much lore she's gonna get. Um, but yeah. But then again, it's like if I'm splitting with her mother, like knowing her mother, she's probably gonna try to talk shit about me, make me look like the bad guy, and then I'm gonna have to explain like, no, this actually isn't how it went down. This is what happened. Um, and then because I don't want to talk shit because I know what that does to a child, right? If I'm just a daughter, like your mother was a piece of shit, I never fucking loved her, this and that, like just like talk shit, then she's not gonna like me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's why I want to be lenient, but also set boundaries. Like my daughter, she's gonna learn guns very early in life because it's like playing with fire, and that's how I see firearms, right? So she's gonna learn if daddy's pistol's on the counter, I'm not gonna touch it. Why? Because it's very dangerous, and I already. But if she needs it, she knows how to use it, properly and safely. You know, because guns are a tool. They're not a toy. They're a tool. They're a tool for defense. They're a tool for. They can be used for sport or self defense. there, there's multiple tools to that, but she needs to learn early why they're just as bad as touching fire without daddy being right there. Yeah, because like 5 years old is probably when I'm going to start teaching her, because then she'll be able to hold a smaller weapon, smaller caliber, like a 22. Uh, mhm. Yeah, Like it's fun. I fucking love it. Um, I know Americans get the whole thing like, oh, you guys are just gun crazy. Like actually, no. There's the difference between irresponsible and responsible gun owners. Yeah, exactly. I'll shoot some tannerite at a safe distance behind cover, just watch that shit explode. Um, but it's also like I know it's gonna be hard on my daughter because like she's in Florida, I'm in California, and then wherever the army sends me next, then my unit doesn't deploy right now, so I'm trying to stay with this unit for my next contract, even though I fucking hate it, but I don't deploy. So pros and cons. Pros and cons for anywhere. Um, but then I have to think about okay, my daughter's gonna need school. I'd rather have her during the school years here because the army has the schools literally on base, has the daycare on base. Um, Different things, different benefits, right? But because in my eyes, the mother is not nowhere fit mentally or capable. Like at one point, I really loved her, and it is still a little bit there, but it's like you blew up our marriage and our life. I can't love that anymore. Like I care about you as a mother of my child and nothing else. Like no more love, no more anything. Like you even admitted to hurting me or purposely trying to hurt me, and I did nothing but give you everything you ever wanted and that hurts. It's my first breakup, technically. She's the only woman I've ever been with. Yeah, I saved myself to marriage. Like she took all that away from me. You know the white picket fence, right? The American dream. I had it. We had it. House, car, career. She didn't have to work. Kid on the way. All gone. I like. I was back home. I get a call. Hey, she left. Like what? She's gone. She packed up everything and left. Check my bank account. Drained. Zeros. What the fuck? My buddy was right next to me. He owns a business. This guy's known me since I was like 14. He's like, I got you. I'll buy your ticket right now because I had to wait like another 3 days for my actual return ticket. And so, called my sergeants, let them know what was going on, and got back home. Walking into the house was a different feeling because it wasn't just that the things were gone. It was like the life was gone. Like it was kind of like a big slap in the face because she abandoned our dogs. Because yes, I have Reese's now, but I had three other dogs and I had to give them up. I couldn't take care of all of them by myself. And so there's dog shit and piss everywhere. Like she threw all the notes I had in basic training onto the bed. So like front and center, like our life. And she later admitted that was to hurt me. And she had this note on the counter. We knew it was gonna end. Huh? I guess because she wrote this note on the counter. I was like, we knew it was gonna end like this. I'm sitting there like, no, we didn't. We did not know it was gonna end like this. And then I tried to get her back. I was like, no, 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 no. Like just constant excuses. And then just before I served her the divorce papers with the guy she tried to get with, he served her because obviously he didn't want to get with her. Um, I had him call me to talk to her. Hey, one last chance. This is my honest final chance to fix a marriage. I'll forgive everything you've done so far. Just come home. Let's fix a marriage for our daughter. No, I've been thinking about it for weeks. Stop. Give the phone back to Colton. I'm done. He's heard the divorce papers. And like from that moment on, I was like done. Like it's just like kind of like the mental closure of I tried. So I'll be able to say, yes, I tried to save it, but it just didn't work. And that's what I'll be able to tell my daughter. And like she won't be able to say the same. But that's like the lore she gets. And what sucks too is like this story is pretty common in the military. Wives leave cheating and yeah, it's called Jody. Jody's back home plowing your wife or your girlfriend, and like a lot of people deal with that shit. And then there's Dear John. They break up with you while you're gone. It's by letter or text or something. Dear John, I'm done with you. Goodbye. One of my buddies in basic, that happened to him. Um, I never thought I'd actually be the guy that's going through a divorce, like, but here I am at 20 years old. Can't even buy a beer, but I can go die for my country, get a divorce, and have a kid first. Literally, it's like okay, like I say some good dad lore, you know. I shoot tanks, load tanks, shoot machine guns, do all this cool shit. Already divorced, and this all happened before you were born. And then like, just so much lore. Like literally, write a book. I gotta wait to see how the rest of my career goes, and that's like if I don't become a cop or anything. Because I'm thinking about because to me it's money. Zimo, nicotine. Yeah, it's like dip, but it's kind of think of it as a vaping. So the cigarettes is actual tobacco, vaping is fake, synthetic. This is basically synthetic dip. So it doesn't leave the odor, the spitting, or that, but you still get like the nicotine. This helped me quit like vaping, and then like overall, I still hit the vape here and there, but it's like it actually cut it down a lot. And then also without drinking, you know, because I used alcohol and vapes to get off weed before I joined the army, and then because obviously I need to be clean, and then now it's like quit drinking cold turkey, and then fucking just started getting nicotine, and then I fasted a lot of my weight off. Fucking another thing too I learned from all of this, um, before, and my wife even yelled at me a few times, like go to therapy, go to therapy. No, because I'm going to be less of a man if I have to talk about my problems. But then I learned like actually I needed it when I actually went. Wow, I did need this. So now I'm very like literally it's super life changing, and it's like I didn't know that would help me. And yes, I do regret not going earlier, but now I'm a big advocate for it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like I think that's another reason like a lot of people don't like my platoon sergeant is he's the big on he's kind of like a wannabe he's wannabe one of those like Andrew Tate, David Goggin type of guys, and he puts that on us, and that doesn't work, you know, and on top of that, like he has like these just horrible rage days, like he's just fucking pissed, takes it out on us. So then the next day he's like okay and chill. Then the next day, like one little thing happens that didn't really matter in the first place, and it just blows the fuck up. And like a lot of people hate their lives. Like my sergeants are documenting shit against him. I'm documenting shit against him. He took my fucking rank. And so disobeying the direct order. First one, yeah, my fault. Oopsie poopsie. Won't happen again. Second one was drive without a license. I was told to drive by my platoon sergeant. I didn't have my license. I told my first line that I didn't have my license. I had the permit. I needed to retake the driver's test. So apparently they thought I had my license. And when they called me, I thought they knew because I pushed that info up. I guess I didn't get all the way up. I didn't have a license. Uh, You need to start fucking driving your car, take it from your wife, drop her off at work, and you can't be bumming rides. It takes away from manpower. Rides aren't too easy. Months. I never got pulled over, never crashed, nothing like that. And then one day, just before PT, did you drive here? Yes, Aunt. Do you have your license? No, Sergeant. I have my permit. I told you guys this. Counseling. Article 15. Taking your rank. Motherfucker, you told me to drive. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? So, I took it, admitted it, whatever, took the demotion. Fuck it. But then now they're trying to say I'm disobeying a direct order. Like, no, I did not disobey a direct order. I followed orders to the T. Like there's a bunch of miscommunication above me, but I'm the one that's gonna reap the repercussions. No, I'm not. I have a daughter on the way. I need to worry about, not this macho shit. Because like, okay, if I left where I was when I did, and we were doing something and something didn't get done because I wasn't there, sure. We were sitting on our ass on our phones when I left, doing absolutely nothing because we finished everything. And when I got back, still sitting on our phones because we had nothing else to do. So nothing got affected because I was gone. I helped the company because I was gone. All this shit. But I guess that goes back to the military. Is like, who's in your command? Are they good? It's just, it can suck depending who you are. Your promotions, like, they don't send you to the board because they don't like you. You're not going to rank up because they don't like you. They're not going to help you rank up. So now you're stuck at a specialist trying to make sergeant, but they won't send you to the board to make sergeant. Even though you have the points to make sergeant, you have the time to make sergeant, and you have the experience. But that doesn't matter. Yeah, so yeah. So like for me, I almost won Soldier of the Year. That's going in front of a board, asking questions about the Army, different regulations, different history, different leadership. I won 3. Soldier of the Month, Soldier of the Quarter, Regimental Soldier of the Quarter. Next up was Soldier of the Year. Then I got my Article 15, and I couldn't go to Soldier of the Year, which really pissed me off because I could have won. I was a PFC winning this shit over specialists who have been in since 2020. And I've just joined. I just got out of basic training when I started winning those. Like brand new fucking private. And I feel like it was stolen from me a little bit. Yes, a little bit my fault, but I also feel like it was stolen. But then now after all this, after my Article 15, I feel like I've just been treated like shit. Even though like I've done so much, sacrificed so much. I was getting drained from work. It was affecting my marriage. I wanted to do nothing when I got home because I was just tired. It's draining. And I told my first sergeant that after she left. He's like, "What's going on with you?" I'm like, first sergeant, I'm tired. I'm tired. But I couldn't tell him because my platoon sergeant was right there, and no one wants to speak up because we're gonna get retaliated against. And now because I spoke up because of this, now I have to worry about getting retaliated against. Him throwing little shit at me, building it up, building it up, building up till he could take my rank again. And I know he's gonna do it. Why he did it to another private, or tried. Then when like unbloused boots in the field, dirty barracks room, Article 15. Obviously they threw that away, but he tried. So I know he's gonna try it with me, especially since I got him in trouble. So people protect themselves in the military. It sucks. So it's like the military is good. A lot we didn't join to carry a rifle or kill people. We joined because we needed stability. We needed a paycheck. We needed a place to live. We needed food. That's most soldiers' lives. You don't really see someone that came from a rich family in the military. Hmm. In every branch. Um, or people that actually did just want college for free because they didn't get a scholarship or something like that, or the family couldn't afford it. Um, so because I want to become a recruiter once I make staff sergeant, I do want to become a recruiter because like I'm good. I'll practice on here. Like, okay, where are you at in life? How old are you? What are your goals? Oh, I want to be this. The army has that, right? So this is what you would do. This is a process you would take. You do this, this, and this. Go to training. Come out. This is what you do for X amount of years. And then when you get out or while you're in, go to college for this. And then this. Oh, you're in college right now. Okay, you can go be an officer. And then you do this, this, and this. Go to officer candidate school. Go to your specific officer training school. And then you get out. You become a lieutenant. You'll be a higher pay grade. You'll have a house. You'll have this and that. Then when you get out, you already have the college experience and military experience. Employers like that. So like I think there's pros and cons, 100%. Even with recruiting, because I got fucked. But It's just a way of life, I guess. There's so much. Hmm. 100%. Different levels, different things. Higher levels, generals, money laundering or embezzlement. Because they're like, you remember how I talked about the defect and how soldiers that live in the barracks, they have the money isn't in their check, it actually goes to the military. They technically have it, but don't have it, and they just got it. They have to go to the defect. A scandal just came out. Like a good majority of the money the bases are getting weren't going to the defects. They don't know where it went because it went into pockets. Yes. You can look up donut operator. He goes into it really good. Um, Specific per base. A lot of the bigger bases did it. Like millions that are supposed to go to feed soldiers didn't go to feed soldiers. Like it's just yeah. And that's at the higher levels. A little bit at lower levels is oh, this will look bad on my evaluation report. Cover this up. Make it disappear. Shit like that. Oh, she's gonna speak out. Keep her quiet. Make them happy. Shit like that. Yeah. And that's why I feel like I'm about to go through, but on like a smaller level, because I spoke out, you know, and probably will start speaking out more because at this point, I already opened my mouth. I can't take back what I said, even though it's true. I can't stay quiet anymore. Now I have to talk. And my sergeant is thinking about bringing up all the evidence that he has. He has like 33 pages of screenshots of proof, plus 4 pages of incidents that he wrote down by hand because he didn't want anybody to find it. And then personal accounts. It's just so much. Yeah, there's 100% corruption because people want to make rank. How do you make rank? There's actually a meme I saw. Um, so obviously NCO means like sergeant, non-commissioned officer, sergeant, staff sergeant, sergeant, first class master sergeant, sergeant major. Um, Basically a sergeant, so E5. The the soldiers are like, you're the best NCO I've ever had. And then
Mm.
higher sergeants are telling that sergeant that he's the worst sergeant he's ever had. But then the Joes, the regular soldiers, privates, specialists, shit like that, they're telling the sergeant, you're the worst NCO I ever had. But the higher NCOs are saying, you're the best NCO I've ever had. It's on paper. Whatever makes it look good on paper. You're a good sergeant because you treat your guys right. You look like you're shit. You don't treat your guys right, but get shit done. And on paper, you look like a good sergeant. And that's why that shit happens because they just progress. And it sucks because
So,
what do?
do you know anything about like the higher ranking officers and like what shit they've done at all, or just like they're looked as like completely good guys and stuff like that?
There's good ones, 100%. I'm not saying everyone is definitely corrupt,
Mm.
but even talking to like lieutenants, like officers get very political, especially the higher you get. It goes from kiss ass to who you know, shit like that. It gets very fucking political. Especially it's only political once you reach colonel and general. That's when it gets over political,
Colonel,
like I said.
colonel in general is when they get super political.
Yeah, because that's how you
Mm.
make rank. Who do you know? Who do you like? Um, don't piss off the wrong person. Do what they say if you want to keep your rank, if you want to progress.
So
Because you
like,
already have to reach that rank you're already in for over 20 years. So you definitely
mhm.
know people.
So like you'd
Um,
say like the current administration, right? If you don't like the current administration, whether it's Biden, Obama, Trump, if you don't like them, then you'll get like demoted or something like that, based on who's in
Not even
charge right
demoted.
there.
Not even demoted. More like you won't progress. You'll stay stuck.
Mm. Unless you
And
kiss the
then,
ass of each administration that comes in, then you'll be fucked over, basically.
yeah. kissing their ass, kissing their feet. Just how it is. From Secretary of the Army, Sergeant Major of the Army, Secretary of War,
Oh, yeah,
the
shit.
President, Congressman. Like tomorrow, we're the Sergeant Major of the Army, Secretary of the Army, and the Secretary of War are all about to be here tomorrow. Like, well, today. Um, we're going out to the field. We're NTC, National Training Center. Like I said before, our job is professional op four. So playing the Russians to train units for conventional warfare when they deploy. Basically, what are they going to expect? We always win. You know, some units do better than others, but we always win. So that way they know what to do. Because it's for everyone from the brigade commander all the way down to the sergeant team leader. Everyone's learning how to operate in a combat situation.
Mhm.
Um, and obviously, no one knows why they're here. My buddy made a good point. It could be for funding, especially with the government shutdown, trying to see should we still be funding this, which I don't know if I agree with. You know, we're
Yeah.
desert warfare. Desert warfare is different than fighting in Europe. You
Mhm.
know, in a forest area, like there's different tactics, different things because it's open fucking desert, mountains, different ways of going at shit, just
Mhm.
based on the environment. But they're gonna be here, so everyone's freaking out. Like, make sure you're on your p's and q's because we'll be fucked if they notice something. There's another thing too is if you know someone's about that's really high up is about to check your shit, you
Mhm.
put on a show. It's not how you operate every day, but you put on a show.
Yeah, it's like for every business. Like when the high boss comes in, you're like, oh yeah, I got to make sure everything's nice and neat, everything's clean. That understand the third.
Yeah, like I know we do this, but you have to do this by the book because they're gonna check. So everyone's freaking out. You know, even go away. I don't want to talk to you. I want a picture so I can aura farm, but it's like I don't want to talk to you. You're scary, bro. Like you're literally above me. You're like the highest anyone could go. It's insane. Or your mic might be turned off or something. I can't hear you. I check your mic, bro. I'm assuming by that you realize your mic died or something. I was gonna say it's just like stop talking. I'm like, your mouth's moving, but I can't hear you. All right. I know it's like turning on and off. I thought you skipped me like when it first started, but then I realized okay, it just shuts off and then turns back on. We're broke. No fucking way. Fuck all that. I got a GoPro. That shit was already too expensive. Yeah, cause I got my GoPro on my shit. Make edits and shit like that. Just like or a farm, like I said, for the hose. What do you do? This is what I do. Put some like funk music or whatever. Edit music. So as a threat, I mean definitely like Venezuela, especially with the drugs, but it all depends. Like whether that's as a threat, probably like superpowers, like nukes, mainly. Like especially like if you think back to like the Iraq War, weapons of mass destruction. Obviously, it turned out to be a lie, but things like that. They see it as a threat, they send us in, then we take them out. I think definitely it's more of a power grab, certain things like that. I've heard Afghanistan wasn't to beat the Taliban. Afghanistan was for opium. It wasn't even for oil because they had opium. Oh, I hear you now. Okay. But yeah, so I was watching this video learning about Wagner, what Wagner, the private military company that fights for Russia. And apparently they're in Venezuela now, but they were in Ukraine. Um, so I guess you could see that as a threat. And so now they're thinking like, okay, not only are we fighting, um, what's it called?
Yeah.
We're not just fighting regular civilians that are being forced to be drafted into Venezuela's military, but now we're fighting a private military company that does know their shit and has seen combat when a lot of these Marines haven't seen combat yet. Like, yes, there's still Afghanistan vets, sometimes Iraq vets for the really old guys, but excuse me, yeah. As a threat, it depends on like what we see as a threat. It could be politics, influence, that could be a threat. Um, or supplies that we need, but we need to get from them, but we need a reason to take it from them. So like like back to Afghanistan, apparently it was over opium. We take opium from them, turn it into drugs or medical equipment. Apparently that's what it was over, but obviously that's more of the conspiracy theory. That was all for opium, and because obviously there's poppy flowers everywhere in Afghanistan. That's why the fucking national police and military were always drugged up, and that was probably the problem is we were trying to train up a force of druggies to fight the Taliban, which obviously didn't work. Obviously, they fucking fell within 3 days and surrendered. 20 years for
Yeah.
3 days, but not that I think we could probably take over Venezuela. It will be a fight. I'm not saying it's gonna be like easy W's, but I think over no, 100% no. People will die, but we are more sophisticated. Like they got ADA, air defense artillery, at the beach lines apparently, but it's like it's all Russian equipment. Going back to Ukraine, we already know American equipment fucking destroys Russian equipment. Light work. So
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
and it's like okay, we attack Venezuela.
Yeah.
Why? More than likely the oil. 100% the
Hmm.
oil.
Yeah.
But yeah, what does it do? Take a corrupt dictator out of power. We put in an American puppet. Whatever, shit like that. It'd probably help the Venezuelan people because over the years I've seen the Venezuelans and how they live. Like it's not good. So that's why I also think sure they got 10 million reservants, but those people don't want Maduro. They really don't. They treat them like shit. The rich get richer. The poor literally are poorer, struggling to get bread. Like it's sad. And then they're over there being forced to fight us. And then, but it also goes into back kind of like how Vietnam was. Who's a civilian? Who's not a civilian? I think that's been one of the harder parts with modern warfare is who's a civilian, who's not a civilian. Because back in World War II, it was super easy to tell that's a fucking German or that's a Jap or like anything that we fought prior to that. Uniforms. Now it's not like that.
Now everybody comes in with t-shirts and some khaki shorts and starts having an AK-47 strapped to their back.
Yeah.
Mm.
But under the rules of engagement, anyone with a weapon can be engaged. So a fucking 10-year-old picks up an AK, gun him down. Why? He's a threat. He could open fire on us. So
100%. I feel like that
it's
does
our
something to their psyche though, like to their brain
100%.
and shit, bro. Because you gotta kill kids and shit. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, because like there's plenty of fathers in the military, and now I'm one of them. And if my unit probably won't get sent there, Would I volunteer to deploy there? Yeah, because that's the thing. I can volunteer for deployments. It has to get accepted, but I can volunteer. Like, oh, this unit's going. I want to go with them. Then they put me with that unit. Um, but right now yeah, it definitely does something to the psyche because like you're shooting a kid. The kid doesn't know better. You know, he sees his basically role models doing it, so he's gonna do it too. And I mean, what
This,
else can we do?
yeah, they see
It's
their
it's
role model
them.
die, and the person that took care of them dies to someone else. They're like, oh, well, you're the bad guys. You need to kill
Yeah,
you.
we're the occupiers. But
Mhm.
would it stop the drug trade? Yeah. The cartels, sure, but it's gonna be a long and hard war, and more than likely we'll win. But we're gonna be there for a long time. Even after we win, we're still gonna have an occupational force there until we can set up our own Venezuelan military basically to stay there and do, you know,
That's what we try to do with Afghanistan, right?
yeah. But like I said, they were all druggies. It didn't work. They didn't care. And
Mm.
apparently a lot of them were pedophiles too, like raping 10-year-old boys and shit like that.
No fucking hell. Why is everybody such a fucking pedophile? Like, I kid you not, there's so many cases of so many people just fucking children. Like, what's up with fucking children, you know?
Literally. And like American soldiers weren't allowed to do anything.
Really? They just
They
have to
could say
watch that
it's
shit happen?
Marine soldiers have plenty of accounts of it that they were pissed because they couldn't do shit because they're
It's
technically our
fucked.
friendlies.
They just have to watch these niggas abuse children. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck. You know what
they'd
that
have
has
because
to do to someone's brain, though?
yeah,
Like, you just watching a real life child pornography, and like, it's like,
and the child don't know better. That's his way of life. You know, the Afghan National Police, they would have them set up defenses. The kids would go put sandbags together, put up battle position and shit like that. You know, nothing else it could do.
it's fucked, bro. This world is just fucked. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even believe there's any like good country anymore. It's just bad and then worse.
Yeah. And all we did was create a power vacuum when we left. And I do think
Yeah.
Biden did a horrible job. I think Trump was doing a good job slowly taking troops out and kind of giving it back to the Afghans. But that's going to be the same with Venezuela is we're going to have to win the war. We're going to be there for years, you know, making sure that state we keep it and then slowly hand it off to whichever paramilitary group they have for the new government. And that's if we win. You know, we should be able to win, but I think if we do lose, it won't be because we weren't strong enough as a military. It's going to be politically, just like Vietnam. We could have won Vietnam. We were strong enough to. It was the political side of it. Afghanistan, political side of it. You know,
Wasn't it in Vietnam like they were losing too many troops to guerrilla warfare and things of that nature?
that because we haven't fought guerrilla warfare like that before.
Yeah.
You know, that was all like a learning experience. We still take guerrilla warfare things and still put them into use today.
Mhm.
But we would have lost a lot more people to
Mhm.
the Viet Cong, but we could have won the war overall. But
There'd
it
be
would
a
have
lot
taken
more
like
loss of
five,
lives.
10, yeah, five more
Mhm.
10 years to win. And like the South Vietnamese, our allies, they were dog shit. They lost to the Viet Cong once the Americans pulled out. So now Viet Cong or Vietnam is still a communist country technically.
Mm. Oh yeah, what do you think about like communism and things of that nature?
I don't agree with it because I
Hmm.
think it just doesn't work. It's already been proven it doesn't work with the Soviet Union. 100% it does not work. Um, People that want like, oh, America should be communist. No, it shouldn't. Like there is no correct society where everything works out like good. Free healthcare for everyone. Now you're waiting 5, 6 weeks or months to get an appointment for something you really fucking need done, but there's no appointment slot open to you. Yes, it's free. You don't pay shit. The government pays for it, but now you're waiting longer compared to us. We're sure we have to pay for it, but we get it immediately. You know, like my wife. She so We took her to the hospital. She had severe gallbladder stones, but we didn't know it. She was sick. She couldn't eat. She couldn't drink water without straight pain. And we kept going to the ER. They kept saying, "Oh, it's just a virus, just a virus, just a virus." Then they finally did an ultrasound, found severe gallbladder stones. Next day, she had the surgery to remove her gallbladder. What's if we were in the UK or Canada and had to wait for that surgery? She would have been dead before the surgery happened. you know, or hour long waits at the ER. Like, sure, it's kind of is still like that here, but we get the immediate care. I think no system is perfect where it's going to work. I think obviously America has proven capitalistic government works the best. It makes people the most money, but it's also not the best, but it's better than communism. And then communism is also a dictatorship at the same time, you know.
What do you think about
So
socialism?
define socialism. I like like
It's
kind of how
basically like, so basically we take the capitalistic and communistic approach and we come to like a centralist agreement, I'd say. Like government should step in for like halfway, and then there should be like, say for example, there's like sanctions on whether or not a business can own this many companies, things of that nature. Because you know how most of the food industries and stuff like that, they're all under different labeled company names, but at the end of the day, there's a huge company that controls all of those. And it's the illusion that there are so many different companies and so many different diversities.
I,
So,
I I don't I don't know too much about it. I mean, because I hear
mhm,
like okay, Third Reich, that was a socialistic government, but also a
mhm.
fascist. Um,
Think of like a Nestle, right? Nestle, the company. You have
mhm.
like Oreos, right? And then you have Graham crackers. You're like, well, how is Graham crackers and Oreos owned by the same person? No, it's completely different branding. You think that. But at the end of the day, it's still the same Nestle Co company, but not many people look at it since it's so small in that fine print at the bottom. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
that's a completely different brand. This is capitalism. So many different businesses going head to head against each other. But in reality, it's just a big business and just a bunch of denomination businesses from that one big business.
I don't. I think the government should stay out of a lot of certain things that the government doesn't need to be in. But
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, monopolies. Us banning
Yeah.
monopolies, like good idea, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then like you said there's the loopholes there,
Yeah.
right? Where a big business
Mm-hmm.
just owns separate labels.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if that's how it has to work, that's how it has to work. Because like I said before, it kind of already proven it works. But yeah, it's harder for certain people to take over the food industry now because it's already basically set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
And except for like a mom and pop burger shop, shit
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah, the mom and pop
Um,
businesses will always stand around somehow. But
yeah,
like to get onto the corporate level, I'm like a new business trying to get into the corporate level, it's nearly impossible.
yeah. Because you're either buying a part of the franchise from McDonald's. Sure, you own
Mm-hmm.
your own McDonald's, but it's like you don't own McDonald's.
Yeah.
McDonald's still owns you. In a way,
Yeah.
you're still your own boss, but you still have to follow McDonald's policies.
Mm-hmm. You still have to pay back to McDonald's and things of that nature.
Yeah. But then again, it does give still the the capitalistic approach where you get your own business. You're still your own boss, all this and that, because you put the money into it. Compared to the government basically saying no, you can't. Why monopoly?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Like I said, I don't know too much about that part, so it's
The
kind of like harder for
economical
me to speak about.
aspect.
Yeah.
What are you most educated on, you'd say?
I say a lot of different things. I want to say it like I studied too much into certain things. If we could
Mm-hmm.
talk Star Wars, I'll talk Star Wars all day. But like if we're talking about like actual real life, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot about everything, but like I also don't call myself super educated into that. Like I can speak on certain things, but like with socialism, I don't speak on it because I don't fully know about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, okay.
And I think people forget that too. Is like, okay, if you don't know something, say you don't know about it.
Yeah.
Don't say call
Don't
that guy
pretend to know
fascist.
it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot
I
of
say
people
like
don't.
maybe political like senses, like different viewpoints. I know a
Mm-hmm.
lot about more because like people say it, but then I have my own opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But like I tell the girl I'm talking to when I'm telling her shit, like there's a logical thing, like just like common sense, and then here's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
Yeah.
two different things.
Because I'm a very left leaning person and you're a very right leaning person. So I like to get different perspectives and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Because like
I
most
do too
people.
because it's well, my bad.
Oh, what did you say? No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like yeah, because like see how easy it is for us with different viewpoints. We're able to just sit down and talk about it. Too easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Way too easy. Instead of fucking fighting, we just like okay, I know about this. This is what goes
Mm-hmm.
into it. About this,
Yeah.
this is what goes into it. I think people forget that we're all Americans at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day. We have a right to our own beliefs.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you're left. You're left leaning. Fuck you. No, what the fuck?
No.
That's your own opinion. We're free. That's the nice
Exactly.
thing about America. We're not like the UK, who's getting arrested for their posting their own opinions.
Yeah.
People say that's happening in America, but it's really not. You know,
Only if it's about Israel. If it's about Israel,
and
then
only about it. Yeah, I think we both
yeah.
can agree on that. I think we both can agree on that, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, you
Um,
can talk about the ethnic cleansing going on in Sudan. You can talk about the murdering of the Christians in Nigeria. You can talk about
yeah,
all those bad things. But one thing, no, Israel. Oh, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
literally, watch your fucking mouth, or I'll smack the shit out of you.
Basically.
But I think too, like when it comes to the parties, right? George
Hmm.
Washington obviously didn't want the parties.
Yeah.
You know, what are the parties for? The parties are to conquer and divide Americans to
Hmm.
fight. That's all
100%.
they are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sure, right and left leaning, but like, okay, what's really left leaning? What's really right leaning? Like, it's just
Hmm.
opinion of certain shit. But it's also like they're just meant to conquer and divide. That's
Yeah.
why I hate seeing like that's why I like Charlie Kirk. It wasn't
Hmm.
just about his political opinions, is that he was talking, he wasn't saying you're left, shut the fuck up, you're fucking wrong. He was like, okay, prove me wrong. And then just talk about it, certain things. And just seeing him get killed definitely over Israel, 100%. Um, I think that it sucks because he gave people a voice, both sides. He gave them a voice, and they shut him up. Now there's a bunch more people speaking out because they're like, well, it's just killing him, shutting his mouth opened up a million more.
Plans has to deal with.
Yeah, you want to fucking Charlie gone? Guess what? You got Nick fucking Fuentes. Fucking love him. He's fucking hilarious.
He's hilarious and shit. Sometimes I can't take him seriously though. He be saying some outrageous ass shit. I'll be like, okay, bro, okay.
Attention, everyone. Attention, Walmart shoppers. This is a real nigga talking. Attention, Walmart customers. This is a real nigga talking. It's
It's
like,
like
bro.
you can't take this nigga serious, bro.
Yeah. I think about slurs too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Personally, anybody calls me, I've been called beaner, spick, all that, wetback,
Mm-hmm.
all, like, wow, dude, that's a word. What do you want me to do? Cry?
Yeah.
Like, I think some people just can't take certain slurs.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are pretty bad, but that at the end of the day is like, okay, can you handle it? People are gonna
Mm-hmm.
talk. I think
It's
the one thing,
emotional control, really.
yeah, and it's like, cool, you don't like Mexicans, cool, dude. I mean, you're wrong, but
Yeah.
what do you want me to do? Cry because you said I'm a border hopper? Okay, guess what? I never hopped the border. I was born in New York.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get fucked. Because I was on here the other day. I was wearing my helmet, just fucking around.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just saying, talking shit in Chinese, acting like I know how to speak Chinese, like 你好, 同你们, 宁系, 我的比我的就是我给我说, which is really just talking shit in Chinese.
Oh, wait, like, do you
Um,
actually know like Mandarin?
Not really, just the talking shit part.
Oh.
Like, hi, I fucked your mom, bitch.
Hmm?
Get on your knees for daddy. Stop gooning. Like that's literally just what it translates to, if I'm even saying it right. Um, but like this guy, he's like, "What do you want, you mudskin fuck?"
What the
Okay.
fuck? I didn't even know that's a slur.
No, it was just like, okay, what are you, an Aryan? He's like, yes, I am. And I'm like, where's your blonde hair and blue eyes? You got brown hair and brown eyes. You dumb fuck.
Retard. Bro wants to be Aryan so bad, bro. Oh my god.
Literally, is like, where's your blonde? I literally just said that to
And
him.
it's
Like, where's
crazy
your
because
blonde
there's
hair?
like actual like I don't mean to throw the word Nazi around a lot, but it's like there's actually like a huge Nazi uprising going on recently too. Lots of
Yeah,
people with swastikas and things of that nature, and they're talking about how the Aryan race is superior, this, that, and the third. And it's like, how retarded are you? You know?
yeah. And I mean, yeah, I feel bad for like white people because they get a lot of the bad rap. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe white privilege is actually there. I
Mm-hmm.
don't believe there's anything like between man and woman. There's no fucking difference. It's just, can you do your fucking job? Yes, like military is mainly men. Why? Because men can physically do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's different things. It's not being sexist. It's just facts. You know, like like most shit doesn't matter. If you can do the job, you can do the job. I work with plenty of fucking women that are can operate the same level that I can. Welcome in. You can operate the same level I can. Good fucking job. Um, but then there was another one. He was covering his face and shit. He's like, "You're gonna die for Israel. You know that? You dumb fuck." He's like, "I was gonna enlist, but I'm not gonna die for nothing. I hope your friends get drone striked and die in front of you."
Kill the soldiers. Like, bro, what? It doesn't make any sense. They have
I'm
like
like, "You
pea
talk like that
brains.
to the troops?" Yeah, it's like you talk like that to troops. You're gonna say that to my face if we're talking in front of each other, or you're just cool and tough over the fucking internet? Because I'll beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Like, uh, he's like, "Oh, I'm a fucking Aryan." He's like, the same thing. Where's your fucking blonde hair if you're such an Aryan? And
Thing
he's
is,
like, I hope
though,
you fucking die.
Mike
You're gonna
Tyson said
die.
it perfectly. Everyone talks tough until they get punched in the mouth, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I see a lot on here. And yeah, it sucks, you
Hmm.
know. But in the end, like, some people are actually like that, and it's kind of sad to see. Like, damn, dude, like, you're too much. You're on the internet too much. Like, I like the Hitler jokes. I like the Hitler memes, edits, shit like that. Like,
Oh, my
I
nigga's
fucking
Nazi
love
nigga.
dark humor.
Ah.
Yeah, literally, I like all that shit, but it's like I don't believe in it. You know, I just find it funny. You
Yeah.
know, but there's a clear divide between like what it actually is and versus just like the memes.
Hmm.
Yeah. But some people actually believe that shit, and I'm just like, dude, you're fucking wrong, right? Um, it literally doesn't matter, right? We're both fucking American, you know. Like it it's just insane to see. You know, it kind of catches me off guard sometimes. You know, like people catch like for me, like people think I'm off because I'm Mexican. I don't speak Spanish. I sound white when I talk, and you know I'm right leaning. A lot of people aren't like that, especially Mexicans. A lot of Mexicans do know Spanish. Like not all, because the girl I'm talking to is Mexican, doesn't really speak Spanish at all, as and is right leaning, but like when it comes to politics too, I love politics. Yes, I don't know everything. I know everything just from a personal studying. I never went to college for anything like that. And then it's like, but I like talking, you know, just talking about it because like people don't realize like left and right agree with the same shit. It's just that conquer and divide.
Like they make abortion the big headline, and everyone's like, "Well, you don't support abortion, fuck you," or "Well, you support abortion, fuck you. You want to kill babies, you want to kill moms, this, that, and the
Yeah.
third."
It is like even with abortion, like my own personal standpoint, I don't like it because if you weren't ready for a kid, you shouldn't have done the deed or
Mhm.
practice safe sex, right? But
Yeah,
it's also like as a father, what's my why my wife went and killed our daughter because she just had spite for me and I had no say in it. My daughter's
yeah,
now dead and I will never have a daughter because she decided to go abort it just because she didn't want me to have a daughter, you know, and that sucks. The fathers have no say. Like the mother didn't want it, you know, sure her body, her choice, but still, like what about the father? That's still his blood too. Um,
I understand
I
that
don't,
viewpoint.
I don't I don't believe in banning it completely because yes, there's the medical side of it. Like women didn't realize they weren't able to carry a kid, and if they do, they're gonna die. Like, yeah, unfortunate that that has to happen, but you know, like I get it. You need it medically. Unfortunately, it has to go. Unfortunately, it's not a
Yeah,
good thing. It's a
yeah,
sad thing.
yeah. Like a lot of people think like the abortion thing is like like people are celebrating like, "Oh yeah, look, I just got my next abortion. It's like fourth one on the way." Like I hate that like narrative, you know, because it's a very sad and grotesque thing. It's a very hard decision for a lot of people. and
Yeah,
the and I hate that the fact that a lot of people like to like make it glorified and things of that nature, or they demonize it in the same sense.
yeah. Because like I said, my standpoint, I don't like it. Why? Because as a father, I wouldn't want my wife to go kill my kid because and I have no really have no say.
Yeah, I understand that
Sometimes
viewpoint.
fathers aren't in the picture, right? So they're obviously
Hmm.
not gonna like make that a huge thing.
Hmm.
But like there's men that want their kids and can take care of the kids, but the woman just goes and kills it. That
Hmm.
sucks. But then there's also what is it? Rape victims. I
Yeah.
think that's a very controversial topic because I was watching a video. This guy who was part of a he was a um he was created from rape, and
Hmm.
he was talking about how that yes, what his he doesn't agree what his father did. Horrible thing. He
Hmm.
even said horrible fucking thing. Should never happen. Wish it never happens. But he's like, just because I was a product of a rape, does that mean I'm less of a human? That because of that I deserve to be killed because my mother was raped? But like now he has his own family and things like that, you know. So I think that's a very hard topic for anyone to really come to a proper agreement with. Like, should abortions be banned for rape victims? Because obviously the kid grows up, happy life, all that. But then also, it is already a very traumatic thing for the mother to go through. Very traumatic. But I think that's even the hard line for me to even like come to my own agreement. Should it be banned for rape victims or should it not be banned for rape victims?
Oh,
Because then again, you can go into the false rape. Oh, he raped me. He raped me. I need to get this abortion when really, like, she just had a night at the bar, one night stand, all this. So I think that's the also hard part. Some people will lie. Because in high
and
school, I was accused of rape. Obviously, they had cameras right where she said it happened, and nothing happened. So I got fucking acquitted, but it didn't go legally either. And my mother threatened the school sue the school too, for defamation because that fucked my mental health. Because I was already talking to a girl, a Brazilian girl, but I was also like too innocent to understand like sex and shit like that. I was 14 at the time, and the girl was older than me, and that was a very hard time for me. But that's also why like I feel false allegations are a very real thing that
and
people kind of hide.
and most of the abortion rates actually, like the statistics and things of that nature, it's usually just low income households and things of that nature. So I feel like if we prioritize, bettering the families and things of that nature, and more benefits towards having babies and things of that, because you know how healthcare is so expensive to have a baby in this economy and things of that nature. If there was more help and more benefit for having a baby and things of that nature, then it would promote it rather than just banning abortion outright. Because sure,
Yeah,
that's a way of getting more babies into the world, but it's also a way of getting more orphans into the world. That's also a way of having these children not have good lives, you know?
yeah, because like my mother grew up in the foster care system.
Mm-hmm.
I Like I said before, I wasn't actually in the foster care system, but I lived in it. So I
Mm-hmm.
saw how, yeah, girls are there for a house for a year, then they have to move somewhere else, or they outgrow the system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then they're kind of like just basically kicked to the streets, figure it out, dude. Um, it sucks. There
Yeah.
was this. Her name was Danny. Um, I haven't talked to her in a while, but so my grandma was in the middle of adopting her. She was like 17 at the time. Then my grandma passed. So obviously the adoption process didn't finish. She was in foster care because both her parents ended up dying in a car crash. So got put into the system. And I felt bad because it's like, damn, like you almost got adopted by someone that actually loved you. And like God kind of took her away from you. But my grandma, she passed from. I have my own conspiracy theories about my grandma's death, between her and her sister and money and shit like that. But because there was no autopsy requested, it was refused. And from what my mom told me, because I was 10 years old at the time when it happened, I was sitting there watching Minecraft Monster School, like during her final moments, because I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. And then day later, find out she died from. They say it was from pneumonia and the flu.
Oh, wow.
And she was only 59 when she passed.
Damn.
Yeah, so like I have my own like theories on it, but I can't prove nothing.
Because my grandparents were like 60 something, so it's like, damn, bro. Sorry for your
Yeah,
loss, man.
yeah. Like I still carry it with me, and like that kind of sucks with my daughter too. Like her name's gonna be Adeline Faye Gallipo, but that's because of my wife, because we had come to the agreement before we split that it's going to be Leanne in memory of my grandmother, Leanne Gallipo.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to keep her name going because that's why I keep her last name. Is like I'm going to continue the last name, Gallipo. Um, but then like that's why like even like kind of like back to my wife, it's like she took that from me, my firstborn daughter, not getting the name, and then like she's talking about how my last name isn't going to be on her name either, but through laws and shit like that, and since we're not fully divorced and she probably hasn't gone to change her name back to Howard, then more than likely it's gonna be Leanne or
Oh,
LFA.
yeah, she's probably just talking a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but it still hurts, like that's why I really want her name to be Leanne.
Hey, remember, sticks and stones may break my bones, but the words can't hurt. No, no, no. Gotta
Yeah,
remember that,
that's why
bro.
that's why like I don't like even when she talks shit to me. You're a piece of shit. You only think about yourself. I'm like, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
I do not give in, and if anything, that pisses her off more. But
Mhm.
as much as I have plenty of colorful shit to say, I don't say it. I just keep my mouth shut because I know it's gonna not help
It's
me.
gonna fuel the fire, man.
Yeah. But then again, it's like it sucks. Like the whole foster care system, it does
Yeah.
suck. Some people don't aren't shouldn't be foster parents
Every
or
kid
anything
deserves
like
a
that.
parent, but not every parent deserves a kid, you know?
Yeah, like 100%. And I see the things where people were like, "Oh, the gays and the lesbians shouldn't be parents." I
Yes.
disagree with that.
100%.
100%
Yeah.
disagree. I think they shouldn't push those ideologies on them, but that
Mm-mm.
also doesn't mean they're going to. Like I know
Yeah.
I grew up there was these two dads, they adopted their son, but they didn't push that shit on them.
Mm-mm.
And he felt fine.
Yeah.
You know, so that like proof right there. It's the parents because they were good dads. They
Yeah.
both work,
It
things
all
like that.
depends on the person, not regardless of their sexuality, you know?
Yeah.
Like whether it's two women or if it's two dudes or if it's a man and a woman, if they try and push a certain ideology on their child, they're gonna force them to get out of that ideology, you know? It's like
Yeah.
when you have super religious Christian parents and then they force that religion onto their sons at an early age and say, you must follow this, you must do this, you must do that, except letting them come to it themselves, feel drawn to it themselves, and just preaching it to them. You know what I mean? Then that makes
Religion
people
is definitely
resentment. Yeah.
oh yeah, I mean 100%. And like that's why I think like to my daughter, like whatever she wants to be, she can be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um but like even with me, I'm very confused when it comes to religion. I believe in
Mm-hmm.
Christ. But it's hard because I grew up Catholic from with my grandmother. Then I
Mm-hmm.
became Muslim because of my mother. And then I kind of went into I believe in God, but I don't know who to believe. I still think it's way more than we can even wrap our heads around, you know. Um
Leaving Christ, brother.
yeah. But I also think like it's very hard, right? Sure,
Yeah.
the Bible's there, but it could also be changed throughout history. History books, winners write the book.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot harder than anyone understands. It's very complex
Mm-hmm.
and it's just hard.
Yeah.
I think it's way too complex for us to even understand or know, being so long ago.
Yeah.
But Christ 100% existed. There's
Exactly.
evidence of it.
Mm-hmm.
People that deny he didn't exist. Like, no, here's the proof here, here's the proof there, there's the text there. It's not just the Bible saying that
Yeah.
Christ exists.
And they were testing the blood of the cloth of Jesus, and they found out it was only one chromosome, and you need two chromosomes to have a child.
Hmm.
So that begs the question: how did he was born with only one chromosome, which was Mary's?
Yeah. So 100% God's work. You know, I think he definitely guides everything, but he gives us the free will. People say like, "Oh, this bad thing happening, where was God?" We have free will.
Yeah,
You know,
this world is
shit.
not of God. This world is of this world. You know.
Yeah, and I think like people that blame God are just trying to find something to blame
Yeah,
besides
they want to
themselves.
point fingers at stuff that they don't understand and can't take accountability for. It's the same when they blame all the Jewish people, or they blame all the black people, or they blame all the white people for all their problems.
Yeah.
It's
I
all
believe
just
100% stereotypes 100% exist.
yeah,
100% with every single person.
yeah, every
Stereotypes
single race,
100% exist.
100%.
But
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean like they're true. And I'm like, I
Mm.
feel like I'm definition of that. I'm not stereotypical Mexican. You know,
Mm.
I look like a stereotypical Mexican, but I'm not a fucking stereotypical Mexican.
Yeah.
But yeah, stereotypes exist, and you can see that on Omegle.
Yeah.
You can see this shit alone. Like plenty of the stereotypes exist.
100%. And it's
But
literally just zero accountability for who they are as a person, you know? If they can't
100%.
acknowledge what they're doing is wrong or thinking about their life that are wrong, so they want to have an outlet. They want to have something to blame. And the internet has made that so easy for people to just blame a whole group of people, like all men are horrible, or all women are sluts, or this, that, and the third, you know?
Yeah. And especially that, like, all men are horrible.
Mm.
No, we're not. Some are,
Yeah.
but not everyone. Some women are bad
Mm-hmm.
or not good people or are actually sluts, but doesn't mean all women are, but they have
Not in
to
the
show it.
slightest.
Yeah. And I don't even know what to like define my wife as. Definitely a manipulative liar. Um, and a habitual one at that. But I'm not sitting here, because
Yeah,
um
you're not going to generalize the whole female population because of your wife, you know?
exactly, right? And because everyone's different,
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing I definitely messed up as when getting into this marriage is I didn't bring God into our relationship. She didn't believe in God. You know,
Oh, well, the Bible
I
talks about
didn't.
this. Like, you have to be equally yoked, or else the relationship will never work out.
Yes, and I did not. I kind of like suppressed never really talked about it, anything like that.
Rather,
And so because I tried to
yeah,
make it work, but in the end, obviously it didn't. So the girl I'm talking to now is a very big believer and goes to Bible
it's good.
study, church every Sunday. I can't say I have been, you know, or really even read the full Bible, but it doesn't stop my belief.
Yeah, of
And
course. Don't
uh,
denounce yourself just because of the works you haven't done yet. You know what I mean? Because you still have
yeah,
a long life to live, God forbid, and you still have a lot more to learn. You know what I mean? So it's just an
mhm,
ongoing journey. She's just a bit ahead of you in the road, but you guys can still always catch up to each other. You know what I mean?
yeah. And then she teaches me,
Of course.
and I think that's why I have very high hopes for this next relationship, but I also want to take it slow. Like I told her, um, like three big things. As personally as a man, I
Hmm.
will never date a woman that already has kids. Never. But I have to hold myself to a double standard. I can't be mad if a woman doesn't want to be with me because I already have a kid. Because I won't date someone that already has a kid. I can't be mad if this girl doesn't want to date me because I have a kid. Completely understandable. Another thing too, I'm not looking for a stepmom. And I told this girl this too. I'm like, because she knows everything that's going on. I'm not looking for a stepmom. I could take care of my daughter on my own. Yeah, but I can help you. I don't mind helping you. And that's fine. Just know I am not looking for a stepmom, you
If
know?
that's the end goal, then so be it. But that's not what I'm using you for.
Yeah, 100%. Is like I could take care of my daughter on my own with or without you. But if you are actually going to be there, so be it.
Yeah, because
Just treat my daughter good.
yeah, like a motherly touch is always a good thing, you know.
Oh yeah,
But
100%.
well, it always depends on what motherly touch that is. If it's the psycho crazy bitch or it's the nice, thoughtful, caring mother. Because every child deserves to be nurtured, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I'm definitely gonna be the girl dad that lets her do my nails and time to put on a tutu and a tiara, play princess.
Yeah, that'd be
like,
awesome, man.
I'm excited for that 100%. And like, with this girl too is like, okay, so we're gonna have got a relationship. The reason I want to meet her too is like, you're gonna be blown if I tell you this. Um, we met on here actually. And I was even like trying to look. I was just kind of like on here like I was today, just talking.
Wait, you met your wife on here?
Oh, no, 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 not my wife.
Mhm.
Not my wife.
Oh,
The girl I'm talking to right now.
okay,
Uh,
okay, okay.
she lives in Texas. Obviously, I live in California.
Hmm.
And so I'm flying her out here for Thanksgiving to kind of meet her, feel her out before my daughter gets here.
You fly
You
her
know,
out. You like all expensive pay, baby girl. You know you can
that's what I'm
call,
saying.
bro.
It's like I told her too. She's like, I'm working because she's a medical assistant.
Okay.
Um, and she's like, I'm working, like, so you don't have to spend everything on me. Like, okay, but the ticket I'm paying for because you're coming out to me, you know,
Yeah.
because
So you're
if I went
stacking
out to
it.
her, I'd have to do paperwork
Yeah.
where I'm going, where I'm going to be, how long I'm going to do this, that, and the third. So no, I just put
Way
in
more
leave, stay here.
complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's easier for you to come out here, and she lives with her grandparents, you
Hmm.
know, so flying her out here, like, too easy. But like me feeling her out, seeing how she is, how she acts, public, private, everything, before my daughter gets here, so I could feel her out. And she already seems like she would be a good stepmom, but it's also like I told her, it's like that's not what I'm looking for. But what I do care about is how you treat my daughter. Because if you can't treat her good, I'm sorry. I don't care how hot, how nice to me you are. If you're not nice to my daughter, you're gone. I'm sorry.
Like crazy ass abusive quote unquote stepmoms that be so nice to you. And you come back home and you see your daughter crying. She's like, "What's wrong?"
Because I grew up with a shitty ass stepdad. I don't want that for my daughter, but like opposite.
Yeah, and it very well can happen. You know, just because it's not as like common, you'd say, like to the thing, it's still a huge problem. You know what I mean? Both sides are still a huge problem. And a
Yeah.
lot of people like to denounce those things, like with statistics and things of that nature. They're like, "Oh, well, 80% is all men, but 20% is women, but 20% is still a huge number." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't denounce
Huge.
that 20%.
Yeah, just because it looks like 20%, because what 20% of 365 million is?
Yeah,
A lot.
exactly.
I don't know. I just know a lot. Millions.
Exactly. Still millions of people that go through it. So we shouldn't denounce those problems, but we should address both problems equally.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and I like I said, because she's gonna have God and she can teach me more about God. Then I already know. I'm very excited for it.
That's
And
awesome,
just
bro. Get deep into the word, bro, because God is good, man. God is amazing.
yeah.
You're having
Because
your
like I
daughter and
definitely
everything.
drifted away. Like it wasn't that I was losing faith, it was just like I just stopped talking about it. Cause, you know, my wife didn't like it. So I just stopped talking about it. But
Mm.
I definitely 100% contributed to the marriage failing. Um, because she like actually kind of back to from at least from what she told me, her dad's side of the family is very very religious, like strict, authoritative, strict, like those kinds of families of Christian.
Very, very demanding and lots of authority and not really much of a say so.
Yeah, because when she came out as bi, from what she told me, like they basically disowned her. Not her
Yeah.
parents, but that side of the family disowned her.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're right. When it comes to like certain things like that and growing up there, they're gonna push away. Then your whole end goal of trying to get them to it, you actually just push them away.
Instead of listening to
But
them and their problems and stuff like that. And that's probably a big factor of how she developed and things of that nature and how she treated you as well. She just pushed you away, escaped,
yeah,
go to another person because she was
that,
raised that way and she was her environment was that way, you know? And
yeah,
when her environment is to run away from her problems, if there's any problem within the marriage, she's just going to run away.
yeah.
And then the next guy that she's with, run away. So,
But she's actually with a girl now,
oh, jeez,
apparently.
Louise, oh, brother.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. Like, I think what the most disgusting thing, right? Because now my homegirl, her ex best friend,
Hmm.
um, she's lesbian. You know, okay, like
Hmm.
I really don't care. Like,
Hmm.
not that I don't care about her. It's just like, okay, cool.
Hmm.
Um, but she texted me one day, and I woke up to this. I was so mad. She's like, she is sleeping and having sexual relations with a woman. I'm like, okay, have sex with a woman, but now while you're fucking pregnant with my daughter. Like that is like that disgusted me, like full on disgusted me because you are pregnant with my daughter. And from what I know, sex while pregnant is not good. And like, well, she's vaping while pregnant. I'm already like disgusted with that because now my daughter may have medical issues. That that's also why I want my daughter because I have the medical care hospital right here. All this is like okay, if anything really happens because of that, I have the hospital right here. They're gonna tell me what to do. Bunch of things, but it's very difficult 100% to think about more because it's like fuck. But when she texted me that, I was so mad, so mad. But then I heard she got fired from Old Navy. Like, how the fuck do you get fired from Old Navy? Like how? I don't understand how. Apparently she's working.
But apparently it has benefits. It strengthens the emotional connection. It boosts mood and sleep, and improves pelvic flow.
That's like from what I heard, just before labor or near labor helps induce labor.
Oh,
From what? From what I
yeah.
heard.
But like, yeah, if you have any like conditions like preterm labor risk or signs of early labor, like never to do that shit. And
Yeah,
they
because
explain bleeding and stuff like that.
she says she has preeclampsia, which means she's gonna bleed out a lot when she gives birth.
Oh fuck no, she's not supposed to be doing that shit at all.
Yeah, and I mean, she told me she has preeclampsia, whether it's true or not, because like I said, manipulative, habitual liar. But
When it
if
comes
she's
to
not
the
lying,
yeah, you do want to take that seriously regardless because that's the child, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, and that's why I'm very, very scared. You know,
I hear you, bro.
it's just like, and especially being across the country. It's not like she's in town over there away from me, where I can get to her easy. Like, no, she's across the country,
Where
and
is
then
she?
she's Florida.
Fuck, nigga. Yo. I'm over
Yeah,
here, nigga. I'm over here in Florida. Yo, bro,
where
I can spy on you, bro. I can spy on you, bro. I can spy for you.
where Destin is.
Yes. Yo, that's like 30 minutes away from me.
You know where Eglin Air Force Base is.
Nah, I don't know the Air Force bases.
So Eglin Air Force Base is like connected to Destin, but that's where she
Mm,
is. It's you're wait if you're only 30 minutes away, you're near or in Okaloosa County.
yeah. How
Yep,
did bro
that's.
know that? What the fuck? Yo, bro knows
I
some
lived there for a little
geography.
bit.
Oh,
I
seriously?
lived there for a little bit. Yeah,
Oh
because that's where her
shit.
parents live. Her parents lived in Crestview, but after we moved out here, they moved on base at Eglin Air Force Base because her dad's a drill sergeant for EOD.
That's military too.
Yeah, and that's why we got married in 3 weeks.
Mm,
Because her dad was like, because I wanted to wait till after I finished my training in school, but her dad and her mom were like, well, you get this benefit, you get this benefit, this benefit, this benefit, yada yada yada,
they're just
and
glazing
then
the fuck out of the benefits.
they gave me the family ring to propose to her with. I didn't go buy a ring. They gave me the family ring that was her grandmother's. That's
Grandma
what I
must be
proposed.
disappointed in that boo. That woman. Goodness fucking gracious.
I don't fucking know.
Yo, grandma's frowning, bro. Grandma's like, what the fuck?
Well, and even after all that, right? They never called. Only one person from her family reached out because they know her bullshit, and that was
Mm,
her aunt. Her aunt's the only person that reached out to me after we split, and that's what was going on. And I told her, and this is before I had any of the evidence too. I told her what happened, and she's like, "Well, Madison was always going to struggle with a relationship or marriage. She's got problems. So do her siblings, and so does her mother." And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks. I'm seeing that now. You could have warned me." Like, fuck, dude. But then it's like it sucks because like I saved myself to marriage. Now I feel like that was taken from me. You know, and like, and then on top of that, like I kind of feel bad for my daughter because it's like I dreamed of a nuclear family, you know, and we had it, and then it like just blew up. So fuck.
but hey, man, you can't read on to that thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like the woulda, coulda,
Yes.
shoulda part. You got to look at the future. You know what I mean? Future with you and your
Yeah.
daughter, holding her in your hands. You know what I'm saying? Raising her up to be the strong woman she will become.
Yeah. And that's what like definitely talked about that with my therapist, and then also like okay, I'm fighting like hell in court because like I said, I defaulted her, so I gave her my divorce papers. She didn't respond in time, so I went in defaulted basically means I'm moving without her, so she's classified as uncontested and no argument. So basically whatever I say for the divorce basically goes unless the judge thinks otherwise. That includes division of assets, custody, and
You
dissolution.
can really say 90-10%.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
taking my car. That's my car. I paid the registration. Everything's only been in my name. The insurance is my name.
Oh, what
The
car is it?
financing is not my name. 2020 Kia Optima.
Ooh, okay, okay.
Oh, it's good on gas. Shit, I need it for out here. Nearest town's 40 minutes away.
Yeah. I mean, see, okay, I don't remember what the motherfucker.
It's
Oh,
the
them
S
shits are.
series.
Ooh, them niggas are clean.
Oh yeah. And shit, my car is actually clean now. No more crumbs. Or no, I think that should be clean.
Yeah, them shits are clean, bruh. The midnight black ones too. Damn.
I think I got like a gray, like
Okay.
darker gray, near black, but not fully black.
Hey, bro, get that midnight black, bruh. Get some like revs on that bitch, bro. Bro, I saw this one TikTok where this guy had like pumpkins. He put it like on his exhaust, right? And then he put like the color things. It was like green. So it had like the ghosts, but it was like the pumpkin ghost. Like when he revved that bitch, bro, it was so dope, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to do now, so I just got because I was at Walmart yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my friend is such a dick. Um, but so I went there. We were grabbing shit for the field since we're leaving tomorrow. Energy drinks, shit we'll need. I found a steering wheel cover. It's red and black. Like, okay, my interior is black. This actually looks kind of dope. Then I look to my right, floor new because I need new floor panels. Um, red and black. Oh, that looks dope as fuck for the front and the back. $35. Shit. Then seat covers same way, red and black. I'm like, fuck. I was just gonna get a red and black theme for my car. Fuck it. So I got the steering wheel covered. And after we get back from the field, before the huzz shows up, I'm gonna get like the red black black shit and put that in, make it look
Where
clean
the
as
hell
fuck.
shows up, bro? I be
Exactly.
forgetting military niggas just be doing the same shit us regular civilians be doing, bro.
We're literally civilians. We just have a different way of life and a different job, but we're literally the same fucking way.
I
Like
know.
literally the same
Like
way.
it's crazy because like we like conditioned like in America to feel like you guys are like so like up there, and it's like whoa, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like we
Well, that's
actually
just it's like literally I'm just the same person as I was before I joined the army. Yes, my views have changed on shit because of like different shit I've gone through with the military, but it's like I'm still the same person. Nothing changed because I put on the uniform. Some soldiers still think they're on the block, you know, and those are the ones that get kicked out. But still,
yeah.
yeah,
I
same
feel
people
like
think the same way.
yeah, I feel like people lose like the humanity aspect of like soldiers and things of that nature. Like they're still human beings, you know. They have emotions and feelings.
Yeah, but I will stand by this. Soldiers can drink more than a frat kid.
Cap,
No, no cap.
dude,
Soldiers can 100% drink more.
bro. The frat kids are like drinking a whole keg, shoving it in their ass cheeks, and just drinking that shit from their ass.
Yeah, but that's the weird shit. I'm talking straight lick,
Straight liquor.
straight lick. Jack Daniels, Smirnoff vodka, Absolute vodka, Crown. I swear, soldiers can go through a bunch of shit and still wake up at 6 in the morning and go work out.
How about you try that with the Jamaicans, bro? You go to Jamaica, bro. You see nothing but alcohol, pure red stripe rum, the hardest and hardest of shit. You'll see them wake up 5 o'clock in the morning for their construction job.
Literally. And it's just
Like,
like, fuck.
yeah,
But I
because
will stand by that. Soldiers can 100% drink more than a frat kid.
hey,
Frat kids are all beer.
yeah, that's true.
Soldiers are
Be,
just hard shit.
they ain't beating the
Buzz
Jamaicans
balls
though.
mixed with beatbox mixed with Jack Daniels.
You can just be mixing anything, bro. We got a whole
We make
concoction brewing.
potions out of liquor.
Yo, they gonna call you
Straight
witches,
potion.
bro. They gonna hang you out with the Salem witch trials and shit. You could be like, witch, witch, witch. Look at this concoction. It's smoking and it gives us crazy feelings.
Literally. Like, fuck. I've gotten so fucked up. Like to the point of blacking out. And I
Yeah,
did black
I
out.
feel like you low-key need that shit when you're there.
Yeah. Like, and that's the craziest part too, is like the whole divorce thing, like everything bad getting demoted the same week my wife left, like all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone all of it without a single drop of alcohol.
Yeah, that's
Which
good, man.
like yeah, and I'm just trying to stay sober. Like, and it's not hard to like I just got offered a little chocolate with whiskey inside. It was like 2%, not much, but I was like, no, it's still alcohol. No, thank you. Like, come on, dude, try it. Like, no, no thanks. I'm good. I'm 125 days without it touching my lips. I'm gonna continue doing more.
That shit gives you all the strength you need, for real, for real.
Yeah. Nicotine, hate, anger, and
You just
that's
gotta
all
let
I
it
need.
all go, bro. Gotta let it
Fuck
go.
food.
Fuck food. All right, bro. Don't be dissing the food though. The food always be good as hell. Come on now.
Hell yeah. But you know all we have on this base? Popeyes, Burger King, Taco Bell, Panda Express,
Damn, bro.
Charlie's Steakhouse, Hunt's Brother Pizza, Pizza Hut, Subway. Like that's all the fast food, and then there's a bunch of food trucks, but they're
Yeah,
hell of
food.
expensive.
Oh, food trucks are expensive. That's probably the good food
$15 for
though.
a burrito,
Oh no, what the fuck? Yo,
and then you want a drink
you
with that? Okay, cool, $20.
$5
Like it's
for a
good
drink?
food. Yeah, there's like, don't get me wrong, good food, but that shit's expensive.
I feel that.
Like,
What's it called, bro? Back in Florida, bro, like we get the same shit for like we get hella more. Like what the fuck?
yeah, the fucking greedy ass Mexicans. It's literally just a bunch of Hispanic trucks, and don't get me wrong, it's good ass Mexican food, authentic ass Mexican food. It's good as hell, but expensive as hell. But I get it
Mm.
because they're bringing their food trucks all the way onto base, which is a long, like 45-mile road from the
Yeah,
nearest
and
town.
you paying for all their gas at that point. They factoring in the gas, they factoring in the mileage in their fucking van and vehicle. All that shit's
Then the
factoring into the
product,
price. Mm-hmm.
them making profit,
Keep it. Oh,
you
the
know.
energy too. Don't get me started on the energy bill. That shit got to be skyrocketing the amount of times they got to refill that bit.
Yeah, on top of that, guess what? The soldiers, especially the ones coming here to train, because they live in tents before they go out to the field, and that when they're out in the field, they don't have their phones. So when they get back, they've just been straight up MREs for 2 weeks straight. They want food. Guess what? The gut truck's right there. That's what they're called, the
They
gut.
probably don't give a fuck about the price. They're like, give me the fucking shit. Give me every fucking
Literally,
thing you have.
like literally, bro. And you have no idea how good a porta potty is. Like porta potty is like gold, straight gold.
So it's
Like
like a blessing.
literally, you can fucking beat your meat, take a shit, and then like
You
relax.
guys be beating y'all meat in porta potties.
Hell yeah. Everyone does. I don't know a single person who hasn't. Like when
Bro.
we're out in the field, because if you're lucky enough to get it, because like normally like you're kind of out in the open, like you can't beat your shit. And then it's like on top of that, like you're taking shit in the sand. Like I've gone on top of mountains, dropped my pants, found a rock that's like a toilet, kind of like lean up against it, fucking shit, and then I just looking out into the desert. Like damn, my recruiter fucked me. Wipe my ass with some baby wipes, throw it in the dirt, kick sand over it, and then walk away, knowing that some infantry guy later is gonna walk on top of it.
That's crazy, bro. I didn't know y'all be beating y'all meat in the damn porta potty.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yo.
Like porta potties are cold.
Yeah.
Even in basic training, the like bathroom stalls is where you beat your meat. Cause like the showers, like if this is the whole opening of a shower, this is
Mm-hmm.
like as much curtain as you're getting. Like you just
Everybody's
see,
gonna see you.
yeah, they're gonna see your ass cheeks and everything. One of my favorite memories of the shower. My buddy, he's now with Fort Hood. He's over in Poland right now. He dropped the soap, but we were on opposite ends of the bay. He dropped his soap. His soap bar slid into my fucking shower. I looked down. What the fuck? Oh, this bar of soap. He's like standing out the curtain. Gallipo, give me the soap pack. I looked at him. I literally went like this. I'm like, you know the rules. You dropped the soap. Come here and pick it up, boy. And he's and like his face turned red. He's like, give it back. You know the rules. Like literally. And then I ended up finishing my shower. I did not give him a soap back. I finished my shower, got out of the shower, and I saw his naked white ass fucking run across the thing, grab his soap, and run back to his shower.
Bro, at that point, I would
Yeah.
just give up, bro. I would just put on my damn clothes and say GG's.
Literally. Because like at the first few weeks of basic, it's we have to do Superman showers. Basically, you have 60 seconds to shower. You have to line up. First group, go into the showers. Strip everything off. Put it on all up. Then you gotta fucking hit all the hot spots. Take the fucking shower, and then you gotta get your dry off. Get your clothes back on. Get back on the line before the 60-second
Minute?
timer. Hmm?
Fucking hell, that sounds like shit.
Oh, you
Can't take a
stink.
relaxing ass shower or nothing like that.
Towards the end of basic and start of school phase, yes, you get relaxing ass showers, but like at the beginning, it sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
and
know.
then you can't wait for it to warm up or nothing. So if you're in the first group, you are taking a cold ass shower.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it, bro. I don't think I
It
could join the
sucks.
military, bro. This shit sounds like ass.
It is. I mean, even eating, right? You have to shuffle to get your food. It's kind of like a lunch line. Uh, we're all outside in formation, and then you gotta line up. You sing the Soldier's Creed, and then what was it? You line up Soldier's Creed, National Anthem. Oh, the Army song. Soldier's Creed, the Army song, and then the National Anthem. Then um, there's two doors, right? So two technical lines. You can get 10 on each side. You just got to count off 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0, 7, 8 until you get to 10. Then they close, whoever's at the door closes it, goes back to the position of attention. And it just keeps going like that until everyone's gone through. You shuffle to get your food. You grab your plate, shuffle, left face, forward march, stop, right face, and shuffle. Get whatever food you want from the little salad bar. Then you go get your drink. Then you go sit. You don't sit down immediately. Everyone has to fill up the chair, stand behind their chairs with their food. Then you get told sit down. And you eat. Then they'll come up to you after a certain amount of time. Get up. Get up. Sing. Pick up your tray. All right. Table. Center. Face. Shh. Forward. March. One side goes. The next side goes. Throw out your shit. Form up outside of the DFAC to do push-ups.
So fucking random, just push ups, bro.
Yeah. Like that's the beginning of it. And like towards the end is really just if you fuck up, then okay, like push-ups.
Would you
Because they wanted you
recommend?
to be perfect.
Would you recommend anyone to go to the military now?
I say yes, even with all the shitty stuff I've talked about it. Like it's still good for its own aspects, but it's also you have to be ready for what comes with it. From like yes, like the discipline, the training, being away, you know. Thankfully, last time I seen my brother in person was March because he came out to visit. He was living with me and my wife. But yeah, I haven't seen him. Well, I guess I went and saw him for HBO, so I'm actually lying. So in June is the last time I saw my brother for a couple of days, and then like the whole shit with my wife, it went off, so I left early. Um, but yeah, I think it helps plenty of people out of shitty situations, gets their life back on track, or starts their life. Like I'm even with it. Like I do not suggest combat unless you really want to, because combat, our lives are kind of shittier. But yeah, I 100% because I'm even trying to tell my brother like, okay, get your GD, enlist because you don't have to choose combat like I did. I chose to be combat. There's plenty of jobs that aren't combat. Majority of the army isn't combat jobs. It's support, admin, different shit. Um, but it gets them off on the right foot, and you don't have to do 20 years or whatever. I did a 3-year contract. I'd even do 4 because I didn't get a bonus for joining. So I was like 3 years. That's it.
Yeah,
Then
combat's like infantry, right?
infantry, cavalry, scout, tanker, which I'm a tanker. Field artillery.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like that shit's ass.
like doing the sexy shit is fun, but there's plenty more than the sexy shit that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So for like tankers, we do sexy shit, but a lot of it is just maintenance.
Mm.
You do preventative checks, maintenance services, uh, or checks and services. Preventive maintenance checks and services. Basically, you go through the manual. Is this broken? No. Oh, this is broken. Write it down. This, that. Next day, mechanics verify. Next day, you hang any parts you have and the mechanics order parts. Thursday, the parts get there, put them on. Fix your shit. Because most of the time, the mechanics won't do the shit for you.
Fuck, what's the job of the mechanic then? The fuck?
The shit we can't do because some stuff we're not allowed to do.
Oh,
So
okay.
like certain stuff we are. So like greasing the suspension to rate the
Mhm.
get track tension, that's something we do.
Mhm.
Putting easy parts in, that's something we can do. But when it comes to like actually taking out the engine and working on the engine, that's the mechanics. Um,
But those
Different
mechanics are different
shit.
than like regular car mechanics, right? They're like tank mechanics and shit like that.
Tank mechanics, battery mechanics, hydraulic mechanics, wheeled vehicle mechanics. There's all different types of mechanics. And I do not suggest a mechanic life either, because they're making the same check as we are, right? But their work, we all go to work at 6. They don't get off till like 5, 6, 7 at night when we were off at 3
In the morning?
in the afternoon,
Oh,
but
in the
6 in the
afternoon.
morning.
6 in the morning. Yeah, 6 to 3 every day, basically. That's your life.
hmm Or sometimes 6 to 5, like
You get
because I'm not
paid.
like in a desk job.
You get paid hourly,
No, we get paid salary.
so like it's
So
guaranteed.
yeah. Besides this government
Mm.
shutdown, it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
Who do you think is to blame for the government shutdown?
the Democrats, 100%, because right, the legal immigrants give them free health care, right? I don't already agree with that. Why?
Mhm.
There's Americans that need that. Like, why not help the regular Americans first with free health care? Not free health care, just the insurance coverage, because that's really all it is the insurance coverage. Why not give that to Americans that really need it over illegal immigrants who are already undocumented? So how, if they're undocumented, how are they going to get it? Right? Think about that first. Next is um like I said before, the American people need it first, and then you can't. They're already illegal. It's in the name, right? I don't mind immigration. Why? They want to be Americans. That's what America is built on, immigration. But and there needs to be checks. We can't be letting in criminals. We can't be letting in cartel members. You know, because there's plenty. I know there's plenty of families, right, that are just trying to find a better life, but they need to do it the right way. I pay taxes, you're going to pay taxes. I contribute to society, you're going to contribute to society. You do that, welcome in. You're you're an American now, you know. But or join the
And,
military, right? There's naturalization. People join the military to get their citizenship, which cool. You contribute to society, you did your service, you're an American citizen. Um but
but
100% is where it started is the Democrats. Trump has like when people say like, oh, it's Trump's fault, it's Trump's fault. Actually, he has nothing to do with it. He has no say to turn on, turn off the government. He can say he wants the government open, but he has no control over it. If he really did, that's kind of a bit too much power. That's why we have Congress. That's why we have the House of Representatives. That's why we have the Senate.
you
You know,
believe so you believe the Biden administration when they had the government shutdown, it wasn't Biden's fault either.
no, it was not Biden's fault.
Okay.
It's Congress and the Senate. 100%. Is like no matter Democrat or Republican, the
Mm.
president has nothing to do with the shutdown. Nothing,
Yeah.
right? Because the Congress and the Senate need a certain amount of votes
Mm-hmm.
to get it's called the clean CR bill. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
Um, for funding. Have you ever heard the term fiscal year?
I've heard the term fiscal, not the year part.
So fiscal year is from October 1st to September 30th. That is considered one federal year. So right
Mm-hmm.
now we're in federal year 2026. We're not in
Mm-hmm.
2025. So that goes into funding. Basically, all it is okay, this is what we spent the money on last year. How are we going to change the budget, or are we going to keep funding everything we've been funding? And that's disagreements. They're like the Republicans and Democrats are finding shit that we really don't need to be paying for because they're going to different countries. Like again with Israel, I don't agree with paying them. Why are we paying a different fucking country our money that we could be giving to the people or the military? something. Give it to something American, not a different country to fight a war that we have no business being a part of.
Yeah, and the war is not even to like liberate anyone. It's just suppression too.
It is, you know. I did have a disagreement with a girl I went to high school with. So she was talking about how Israel is purposely killing babies. That's not always true. Sure, the missile strikes are, but it's called collateral damage. There's always going to be that collateral damage. If they are dropping leaflets saying get out, we're going to bomb you. So get out. They don't get out, they got bombed. Collateral damage. But I'm not saying the war crimes aren't there either, but there's always war crimes. We can say, you know, technically we're supposed to follow them, but no one really does to a degree, or will enforce it because obviously there is no war crimes if you're the winner. That's like the saying. There is no war crimes if you're the winner. Because if Hitler won, was there any war crimes? No,
US
we
one, was
won.
there any war crimes? No, not really. I mean, sure, they could
Exactly.
say Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but did anyone really do anything about it? No. They just
No, because
sucked it up.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I think it's a very thin line, but like I told her, like when it comes to the military and warfare aspect, like collateral damage will be there. Whether it
Mhm.
was purposely or not, that's the different story, but still it's
Yeah.
collateral damage. Unfortunately. That's the reality of war. It's not pretty. It's not a video game,
Mhm.
where you can't pull the trigger on a civilian, because that also goes back to like who's the civilian?
Mhm.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
They wear regular clothes.
Did you know Israel broke the ceasefire after detonating one of their own bombs underneath one of their tanks, which they thought was because of part of Hamas, but was in reality an Israeli mine. And then
Yeah.
they
And,
apologized after
uh,
bombing a whole bunch of times.
yeah, and that's where Israel is 100% wrong. 100%. But it's also that's been seen throughout history. The Japanese War, they had a ceasefire between the Chinese and the Japanese. Japanese bombed their own fucking train and continued the war, pushing
Yeah.
more into China. It was a false flag. Israel just did the same shit. You know, then now people are because 9/11 is a very hard talk about. Like I said, the whole conspiracy theories, was it the Jews, was it the Muslims, was it George Bush? Um,
Do you
if it really
believe?
was
Do you believe that the person that committed the 9/11, I forgot his name.
George Bush.
Uh, no, like the actual the person that they said they killed. Forgot his name. They said that he orchestrated everything. The Muslim, forgot his name though.
Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, Osama bin Laden. So do you
Yeah, I
believe?
mean, I've seen things where he's like a CIA agent,
Yeah, do you believe
something.
he worked for Mossad?
I don't know. I think that's even harder to tell because that's a whole different government entity. Um, Very hard to dispute, especially with a lot of conspiracy theories. They make sense, right? 9/11 was an inside job. Why? Because the towers went down like a controlled detonation.
Yeah.
If you ever watched controlled detonations with construction, it went down exactly like that. It didn't fall,
Mm,
it imploded.
yeah.
Still a tragedy. Don't get me wrong. Still a
Mhm.
tragedy. Horrible loss of life. Horrible. But I think it is possibly a false flag, which gave us the authorization to go overseas and start another war to hide the money they lost and also make more.
Yeah.
Because when we go to war, stocks go up. Why? Government, Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, ammunition companies, they're building shit for the military because we need it. That brings more jobs, that brings more profit to warmongers. And that's why they say like a lot of politicians are warmongers because it just makes them money.
Yeah, and it justified wars that had nothing to do with where Osama bin Laden was even from.
Yeah,
We were
like
in a completely different country than the guy that actually did the bombing. So it's like, what?
yeah, because it was like um Iraq
Mm-hmm.
weapons of mass destruction turned out to not be real at all.
Mm-mm. We just kept on terrorizing their people over and over and
And
over again.
yes, Saddam Hussein was horrible. We took him out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically his own people, but we toppled his regime. Um, So yeah, definitely a lot of things. A war is not about righteousness or anything. It's about money. 100% is about money. Because, like I said, it builds profit.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm thinking about investing into stocks for Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics. Because once we do start something, they're going to need shit. They're going to build shit.
Those are
Brings up the
just gonna
profit.
fucking skyrocket. The profit margin is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, because they're only like for a full stock right now is only like 200 something dollars for both of them.
Mhm. And,
So
damn well this probably gonna get up to like 800 or some shit by the time
maybe
another
even
war starts. Thousands, maybe.
yeah, right. And like shit that would help me. Fuck, I need the money, but
100%.
it's definitely very hard to dispute because also like 9/11,
Mhm.
the way the buildings were made, the steel wouldn't have melted.
Mhm.
There would just been a big hole in the tower.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have fallen, you know.
Mhm.
And people were saying like it was Israel. It was actually the hijackers weren't like Arabian at all. They were saying it was like an Israeli accent.
Mhm.
And then apparently there was Israelis in New Jersey that were celebrating after partying and dancing after the attack, watching the smoke.
This is real 100%. Like, that's just my own personal opinion.
Yeah, and then they're saying they arrested a lot of Mossad agents that were pretending to be college students in government buildings, taking pictures, shit like that, before the attacks. You know, everything has revolved around money and not in the best interest of the people. It's just to fill their pocket. So who knows if the cycle will continue in our generation or the ones in power going through what we've gone through, or
Nah,
maybe
bro.
we'll.
Too many people like One Piece, bro. Everybody wants to be
Yeah,
like Luffy, bro. Liberation, 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 bro. They're gonna start doing drums and shit, start trying to take over everything, bro. It might become like Nepal eventually.
maybe. Like I've thought about like the fake scenarios because I don't think it would ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I stand with as a soldier? Because they'll send me. Do I join my people or do I support my government? I took an oath, foreign and domestic, to
For your
protect
constitution.
or that. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
And the
so who do
constitution does state if the people are not satisfied with the government, they are allowed to revolt and
hmm
create a
But
new
then,
government.
yeah, I mean, yeah, 100%. But then it's also like the oath we take. I can't fully remember, but it's like I do solemnly swear to like serve and protect all this, and then like the biggest thing that people point out, especially with the riots, like, oh, you're a Marine, you're a soldier, you're not supposed to be like fighting the people in the riots. Actually, our oath states will defend our nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And you are a domestic threat.
Yeah.
So we are following our oath actually. How about you join and take the oath yourself if you want to say that?
And the thing is,
Um
you never know if your own government will be a domestic threat. You know what I mean?
and that would spark a military coup.
Mm-hmm.
General George, who's technically would be in charge of a coup,
Mm-hmm.
but use the military to take over. Military is in power, military is police. But I do not agree with the military being police. Yes, militarizing police, I 100% agree with for multiple different reasons. But using the military itself,
All
no.
right, please.
Cops,
You
because
don't know.
like cops are trained to serve and protect, arrest, and learn the laws. You know, they're
Mm-hmm.
human. They know all the laws to the penal code. They don't. No one does. Besides lawyers, because they have the time to sit there in their office and research this shit. Even then, when they get a case, they research it again. They're not like, oh, no, they research. They pull out their shit. They research. You know, they just went to school for it to be licensed to be a lawyer. The military we're trained to eliminate the enemy. If you make the people the enemy, we will eliminate the enemy, which is the people. So I do not agree with the military itself being a police force unless like certain things like Chicago or LA, sure. But being that's like a temporary solution. You know, that's why they're in New York in the subways. It's military police because they're at least trained in police ways for the subway.
So do you agree with the National Guard going into the Chicago and things of that nature?
Yes, 100%. More because if their own police chief is telling their police officers to stand down and not help ICE, fellow officers, it's not about the idea. Their fellow officers are all law enforcement, but like
Mm-hmm.
obviously they have to follow the chain of command just like the military does. If you're telling your officers to stand down and not help fellow law enforcement brothers and sisters, and you're just letting them basically die, that's fucking insane. And you failed. You're a fucking failure. Doesn't matter where in the ranks you are. If you do that, you're a failure. So the National Guard is there to ensure that if the police don't do their job, someone's there to do it. But militarization of police, right? The things we face, like you even see it on Omegle, ARPs, like like hollow tips, cop killers, all this, right? It's what am I gonna do? Wear a level one plate that only stops pistol rounds and knife stabs against an ARP that will pierce through that shit like paper. You know, um, SWAT raids, all that. The police need equipment and obviously tactical equipment because it's not military equipment; it's tactical equipment. You know, so
Not
I
gonna
do
do
agree with
much with just a little Glock 19 and a
yeah,
little side round.
yeah, because it's like even the hollow tips. If you know anything about guns, hollow tips flower
Yeah,
out. They're meant to stay inside the body so they don't pierce through. Because if they pierce through, hit someone else, the cop's fucked. You
yeah.
know,
Well, if it just hits that one person, then you're fucking fine. Yeah.
yeah. But it's also like being a cop. Like yes, people hate on them, but it's a very stressful job because not only you hated, but you also under a microscope do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing. Now you're seen as a bad cop. You know, and like I feel bad too because there's a lot more good cops than bad cops.
But what makes the headlines and what sells the views and what gives the money to the news articles and things of that nature? The bad
Yeah,
cops. If
the
they show a
bad
bunch
cops.
of good cops, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess that's cool." But when you see a bunch of, we see some cops mistreating people, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is an outrage! This, that, and the third. Oh my gosh!" Which should be, you know, like I'm not denouncing like it shouldn't be an outrage, but the thing
Yeah,
is, when we generalize the whole police as a whole rather than just focusing on that particular person, I think that's where we fail as people.
yeah. And then there's like the whole thing of like Derek Chauvin, who technically didn't kill George Floyd. It was the fentanyl, um, and everything like that. But he also got the hate for it. But then again, he does have a record of misconduct.
Hmm.
So
And then having a
that's also,
knee on the neck and then having it video recorded as well. And then
yeah.
the
But
lady
that
from the
is the
show.
actual. It's not like he just did it because the knee on the neck. It is an actual tactic to use for
Hmm.
someone, early, but I think it just like took a lot of social media point because like not everyone knows police shit, police tactics, things like that. Just like a lot of people don't understand the military because we have our own tactics. People don't know it because they don't study it or we're never in. But it would like it also like people like basically I don't know how to put it glorifying George Floyd when actually he was a coke dealer that put a gun to a pregnant woman's belly and used counterfeit money. You know, he wasn't a good person. It's not like they took a random black guy off the street and did that to him. That's completely different. But they're already on call for him, things like that. But that's also difficult to speak on too, right? Sucks, 100%.
But
But
I feel like George Floyd was like really, really big because like he had a lot of influence. He had a lot of connections with a lot of powerful people.
yeah,
He had a bunch of like, you know, social media connections, stuff like that. But there was also other cases where there was guys like Ahmed Aubrey. I don't know if you know who that is.
I do, and I think that is a tragedy. I think that that was racial profiling. He shouldn't have been killed, and those guys that shot him should go to jail.
Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, that one sparked a lot of outrage between like the whole BLM riots and stuff like that. But I feel
Yeah,
as though that the George Floyd one got overgeneralized thinking, and a lot of people thought that, oh, so George Floyd is the thing that caused that whole movement. It wasn't just that one thing, though there was a bunch of murals and things like that that got painted for him. There was a lot of other
it's just
black losses.
started.
Hmm?
It's what started it,
Yeah,
100%. But yeah, you're right. It wasn't just George Floyd that the BLM
yeah.
was over. But then it also sucks. Right now, the founders of BLM are getting investigated for uh, what would it be? It's a
There
serious
was
crime.
already a huge scam. It was like 10 million or something like that. They used all the funding
Well,
that they got and they used it for like their own fucking yachts and houses. I look at it the same as like mega churches, you know? Like, you know how they have like these huge mega churches and people think, oh, you're doing the right thing. You're giving us all glory to God. You're giving us a safe way to heaven. But in reality, they're just using their money to buy a whole bunch of other shit and tricking them basically.
because God doesn't want money. What's God
Mhm.
gonna do?
Exactly.
You know, sure to keep the church open. Sure, bills got to be paid somehow. Sure, but like, yeah, you're right. The mega churches is where they don't need that.
And the thing is, some people can't even tell what's the difference between a mega church and a cruise, which is horrible. Because I saw this one Instagram reel where it was like this like whole cruise line and they were doing this performance, but they labeled it new mega church performance. Every single chat, like in there, they're like, "Oh my gosh, a new mega church! Oh my gosh, mega church is going crazy again."
Yeah.
And then there was like some boomers that were like, "Oh yeah, we love these churches. These are my favorite."
Are
And it
you
just,
streaming?
huh?
Oh,
No, no,
sorry,
no,
I just thought.
no,
I was
I'm
gonna
not
say
sure.
I think you should start streaming this stuff. I've thought about doing it myself, but no, sorry for interrupting. It just kind of like
Nah,
crossed
you're
my
good, bro.
mind.
You're good, bro.
But yeah, keep going. I'm sorry.
So it just it ponders my mind of how some people can do those things and they could think that these mega churches and like these huge big flamboyant performances that are not worshiping God but just worshiping themselves somehow equivalent to the Lord's worship. And it just shows me how many people really know the Lord and how many people really don't. Because do you know like the rise in Christian nationalism and things of that nature?
A little bit, not too much, but I know like a lot
Oh,
of it with
okay.
the Crusades.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of Christian nationalism in this country, right? Where they're American and they feel like their American values align with the Christian values and things of that nature. But when they say these sort of things, they go very, very against the things that are said biblically. And I find that in a lot of hypocrisy, liberal and conservative. It's not just one or the other. They try and justify things with scripture, but in reality, those things go against scripture. Like, say, for example, the deportations, right? They talk about
Mhm.
how the deportations are good, but yet the scripture goes against it. And then they were talking about the abortions, right? They talk about how abortions are good, but scripture goes against that. So I feel like there's a lot of hypocrisy on both sides of the political spectrum that use the Bible to justify their means, rather than just look at the scripture itself and what it represents.
100%. But I also think like both right and left are corrupt. Like I said, 100%
Yeah,
conquered and
both bought and
destroyed
owned by
America.
Israel, like that.
Yeah, and then it's like, especially like on here too, it's difficult because then you see the like super left wing that can't take one a joke or two understand common sense, and then you
Hmm.
got the right wing actual white supremacists. But then again, it's like that's a like dying breed. I don't think there's white privilege, you know, shit like that. It's interesting to see how people react, but also like people forget like they're like, oh, America's racist, America's racist. You forget Europeans are more racist than we are.
100%.
Like they hate each other just from the country they're from because they don't have
Hmm.
skin color to hate over. Like like they like Finland is literally the most racist country, literally towards black people and any people of color. And then every other country in Europe hates their guts. Like, oh, you're from fucking Poland, fuck you. Oh, you're from Germany, fuck you. If you're from France, fuck you. All that shit. and then like to the borders, right? Poland kills people for trying to cross the border illegally.
They did that
There's
to the
soldiers
Ukrainians,
above the
right?
border. Huh?
Did they do that to the Ukrainians that were trying to seek refuge, or no?
Yeah.
It
They're like,
tracks.
You're not coming in. The fuck?
Guess who's from Poland?
Who?
Netanyahu.
Really?
Yeah, he's from Poland.
So how is he a fucking Israeli president?
Exactly. I'm asking the same question. He's literally from Poland. And most of the other Muslims are actually more Semite than him. And he also claims that they're anti-Semitic, though he's from freaking Poland, running a Jewish nation. Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of. I didn't know that. That's really fucking insane.
Not born in Israel. Mm-mm-mm. Born in Poland. That's like, all right, that's the equivalent of someone being in America, right?
Mm.
An Israeli born citizen moves to America and becomes president. You know how much outrage that would feel? You know, people be like, "So you're telling me not an American?" You know how mad they were when Obama was president and he was born in Hawaii.
And Hawaii's a fucking state.
Exactly, and they were so mad about it. They're like, "You're not born on the 50 states here. What's wrong with you? This, that, and the third. You're not on U.S. territory. You're on Hawaii." But the thing is, his father was in the military, so it was way different. And just the outrage from that alone. Imagine if that was from a different country. But yet, this other country that occupies us, we don't bring attention to that, which I find incredibly crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, fuck. There's just so much shit that's like the world is worsening. And it's like we're fucking living in it. Some people are like, I don't want kids. I don't want to bring my fucking kids into this place. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, we're not going to kill off the human race because we think it's going to shit. Because I definitely think that strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times.
Yeah. A never ending cycle.
Yeah, it's proven throughout history. You know, people are comparing America to Rome too, like how Rome fell and all this. But the difference is Rome didn't have everything we have, and on top of that, they what's it called? They were too big for them to run it.
Because
You
we have so
know,
many different sections, so many different governments. We have literally, we don't even need a federal government to run our nation on its own, honestly.
or even state government. Just
Yeah.
fuck the state government at this point.
Yeah. Literally. State
Just make everything
government.
federal.
If we did make everything federal, it would feel a lot less, like different because you know how some things are left up to the states to handle and things of that nature.
Yeah,
You would feel a lot less like diversity, I'd say, among the states and how things are done differently, and you'd feel more of like a centralized power.
yeah. But it's also like the federal government is needed. Otherwise, basically every state turns into their own country.
That is true. That'd be
So
crazy, wouldn't it? You'd be like
yeah,
the country of Georgia, the country of Florida.
the country of New York. Fuck.
I mean, each state has their own flag too. So I mean,
Yeah, I think the only ones that are been ready to be their own state is Texas.
fuck yeah, the people don't want to be like Texas and California. They're like, yeah, we don't even want to be a part of y'all bitch ass niggas.
Except California is like, we don't want you to be a part of us, motherfucker.
Yeah, because what's it called? Isn't California like one of like the like most powerhouse states in America?
When it comes to votes or electoral votes, I believe so.
And like the amount of food they produce as well, right? Like the amount that they're sufficient on. They could become self sufficient if they were one to, right?
I think so, yeah. Because North Cal has a lot of farms and shit like that. SoCal, not
Yeah,
really, because desert and shit. But like,
like
I believe so.
yeah, the irrigation and the dams and things of that nature.
Yeah, but it's also like, I love California. I do. You know, it's not a horrible place. It's the government that makes it bad. In
Hmm.
my opinion, the state government. But other than that, like it's a beautiful place. The desert, yeah, it sucks. But like there's so many different parts. I love going to LA. I love seeing the beach, all that. And
Hmm.
north, you got fucking San Francisco, Fresno, like everything north, and then South San Diego, and then Mexico. But like, and especially like I guess something we haven't really touched, which is gun laws. Um, I'm a Second Amendment Like, I do not believe in gun control at all, to a degree. Like, obviously, don't give everyone RPGs, but I think California is one of the worst because one, there's no self defense. If someone breaks in my house, my daughter's here, we're trapped in my room. They would rather me jump out a second story window with my daughter than shoot the intruder who's trying to kill me. And if I shoot the intruder, it's now a murder charge, and I'm being charged with first degree murder. How the fuck does that work? When he broke into my house, threatened my family.
They treat self defense clauses as murder.
hmm They don't have a standard ground or castle law.
So it's not like Georgia and Florida where they like if it's self defense, so you're good.
No,
Yo, that's fucked.
like it's bad. And then a concealed carry permit, right? I'm applying for mine in December. It's already a bunch of hoops to go through. Most states like Mississippi, if you're in the military like that, you got your concealed carry permit. You just, I'm a military, here's my ID. Okay, here's your concealed carry permit.
Yeah, because they trust you since you're military. You know, you have a brain on your fucking shoulders. You're not just some crazy ass scrawny dude that wants to shoot up a school.
Yeah. And so California is not like that. It's still written tests, range time, education time, all this before you can get your permit. And then you can go out and buy after you have the permit, go out and buy
And that's
a
with
handgun.
military, right?
And that's with military.
So without military, you're not even getting the gun.
No, you can still get it, but you still have to jump through the same hoops.
Got you.
And then no, like no more than 10 rounds. The fuck?
Wait.
So
10 rounds as in like 10 singular bullets?
yep, in one magazine.
Like you can't have more than that like in your house?
No, you can have more than that. I'm saying in one magazine.
Oh, okay.
So you can't have more than 10 rounds, and that goes for rifles too. So AR-15s are neutered because they're considered assault weapons, which that's a whole different subject that I could fucking disprove everything they're talking about. But with pistols, like in Florida, you get your concealed carry permit. Guess what? You can carry all throughout the state, right? Doesn't matter what county you live in. No, California is whatever county you applied in and live in is the only place you can carry your concealed carry permit or weapon. And you can't because if I go to LA and I bring my pistol, it's technically me carrying an illegal firearm because I don't have a permit in LA because I don't live in LA County. I live in San Bernardino County, which means I can only carry it there when I really need the pistol for LA. Like, it's dumb, right? And it's like, okay, so if I go to LA, I have to be unarmed. But the two places I can go in San Bernardino County, sure, it'd be good to carry it, but really don't need it compared to LA where you kind of need it.
Way more complicated than Georgia and Florida, bro. You get a gun and you chilling.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I was living in Mississippi, I had my AR-15 just sitting in the truck, driving around, AR, with my body armor in the back with 3 extra magazines, 30 rounds. You know, and it's stupid. And then like with the AR-15, right, consider assault style weapon. Well, think about it, right? You know what an M1 Garand is?
Yeah, I heard about it in Call of Duty. Pretty sure.
Yeah, the one that goes ping when it's empty.
Oh yeah.
So that is more deadly than an AR-15. 100% more deadly because it's a bigger round that goes farther, and because that's a 30-06, that's meant to kill fucking big game. You know, it's more deadly. The fucking where's my 5.56? This is how big a 5.56 is, right? That's probably how big the pellet is, or the projectile per
Yeah.
se.
The bullet.
30-06 is like that.
Mm.
It's
So
much fucking bigger.
and then so
And
the law about the 10 rounds, right? Is 10 rounds regardless of what gun you have, right?
yeah,
So it could be a handgun that has 10 rounds. It could be a sniper rifle that has 10 rounds. It has to have 10 rounds max.
or less. Yeah, max. And
Ooh, bro, you're
it's
lucky
like
cooked.
yeah, because a standard magazine from a Glock is 17 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to buy a smaller magazine, so I'm better off buying a 1911 which is 8 rounds, well 7 plus 1, so 8,
Mm.
or a revolver, but they're not really. Revolvers nowadays are not applicable, applicable,
Applicable.
applicable. Yeah. Besides like having it as a small 5 round 38 special, hammerless snub nose
If you're
for
or
your
if you
info.
or if you're like investigating someone, you gotta play Russian roulette. You're like, I got one in the chamber.
Literally. But it's like they're making it harder for no reason for the responsible gun owners, and that's why I also don't believe in gun control, because it's for the responsible gun owners, not for people that are going out buying illegal weapons and using them for illegal activities, right?
Mm.
It's the law-abiding citizens that get the effect from either irresponsible or illegal gun owners.
Yeah, because
You know?
most of the like school shooters and things of that nature, they get their guns from their dad or they get their guns from their mom, and they get the gun off the counter or something like that. Then they go to school the next day and start shooting everybody.
Yeah. But it's like, okay, so let teachers carry. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
They know how to
Um.
use it, whether they're prior military or something, because teachers aren't felons, because they can't be a teacher if they are.
Hmm.
Um, and as long as they get the proper certs to do it, yeah, the teacher should carry. 100%. That'd be more beneficial to the students than waiting for police to arrive.
Because sometimes the police don't even do shit. They just sit outside and watch until. Because I was watching this one school shooting, and the police were literally just standing outside waiting to go in, and there was this mom that took one of the police's guns and just ran in there and dealt with the intruder herself while there was
And there's
what were you
Yeah,
gonna say?
then there's like Uvalde. You heard of Uvalde, Texas? School shooter went in. Basically, the cops. It was a big fucking law enforcement failure, huge failure, because they weren't ordered to go in. They were told to stay back, and obviously they had to listen. And it ended up being Border Patrol that killed the school shooter after he took out a bunch of kids.
So
You know,
fucked, bro.
and it was because it wasn't the cops' fault. It was the fucking chief or the sheriff's fault because he told him to stand down and wait. For whatever reason, I don't know, but it ended up being Border Patrol going in and killing the guy.
Hopefully that sheriff got his job taken away and he got treason or something.
No, I'm pretty sure he got fired. But the principal also got fired because the reason the shooter got in is because they knew one of their back doors didn't work and they left it propped open on purpose. Because, nowadays schools lock and
Mm-hmm.
all that shit. So they purposely left it open because obviously they thought nothing like that would ever happen. And
Mm.
guess what it did? So the principal also got fired.
Yeah, I still feel like the sheriff could have had legal action took into him.
I think lawsuits, yeah, but when they're actually facing any jail time, probably not.
Yeah, that's horrible though, because he indirectly cost the lives of a lot of children. So
Yeah, that was a huge law enforcement failure. But then you got really good ones, like I forgot what it was called, but it was up north. One of the college school shooters. Well, one, the shooter decided to use a fucking high point carbine. Like, are you fucking retarded? One of the most trash ass guns you're gonna use it because it kept jamming on her. Fucking cops went in there, fucking blasted her ass, his ass,
mm,
him hurt. Um,
mm,
fucking wrecked her shit.
yeah. You hear
Um,
about the shooting at the church, the mass shooting?
in New Zealand.
No, no, it was in America. I forgot which church it was, but it was basically this person that was talking. It was a hate crime. It was talking. The magazine said, "Where is your God now?" and this, that, and the third. And they just lit up a whole bunch of children, basically.
Was it the trans guy? Did it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
he was he was also like a Nazi and was talking about like he hates all like he had like the hard R just like splatted on that shit too.
yeah. It's a mess. But then again, I feel like if we put more guns into responsible gun owners' hands, illegal gun owners will do less because you have to fight fire with fire, right?
Yeah,
Why didn't people do this shit back in the day? Why? Because everyone had a gun and you were gonna get dropped.
Like the Wild West type shit.
Not even Wild West. I'm talking like 50s, 60s. That's when no one did that shit. Why? Because even like back then, they were allowed to bring their hunting rifles to school. They put them in their locker. Didn't even lock them up. You know, just lock it up. Put it in their locker. Go to school. Come back. Take the rifle. Take the shit. Go home. Go hunting.
Yeah,
You
crazy
know.
times, bro. Crazy time.
Yeah, and then it's like if we did that today, 100%, like there would be less mass shootings. You know, because everyone's got a gun.
It's a very
But
extreme
then again,
approach, though.
it is an extreme approach, but I think it will 100% work. But
Mm.
will it ever happen? Probably not. But in my opinion, yes, I believe it would work.
I don't know. Based
You
on
know?
like the mental health crisis of teenagers today, it's a lot different.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the stuff is influenced by social media, 100% when it comes to like their mental health. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like worse for them. Like if they're already going through something, social media makes it worse.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Because
My
like
big.
100% Instagram listens, 100%. Because when my wife left, I started getting a bunch of breakup shit, all this, and I'm just sitting there like, "Where's my racist videos? Something to make me laugh."
Yeah, I feel you, bro. All right, man. I probably got to go now. It's like what? Oh yeah, 6:40 in the morning. I have a meeting in like an hour, and I have to sleep. So
Hell
it's
yeah,
it's been good talking to you, man. You know, stay up. God bless. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
Say man. Good fucking talk, dude.
you too, man. You take care, bro.
You too, big dog.